Weeb101 podcast. Some of you might have caught us last week or the week before that, where we also did another podcast live, and we also did a Pokemon Showdown challenge live where we fought each other and I became the ultimate champion, as I usually am because I am a god.
Ultimate champion, he says.
Right here, boys.
No, Sid is not the ultimate champion.
Both
he is
Audi
lying.
and
The stream ended with
you lost
me
the most. Audi lost the
destroying.
most.
Yeah, Audi
You
lost
did
the
lose
most.
the
He
most.
lost to
one
me.
match between the two of you.
He
That's
lost
all.
to me.
You lost
I'm sorry.
every match against me, and Brew beat you the last match.
That's true.
So you lost So you lost the most.
Yeah, Audi, it's fine. You know what?
But yes,
It's not
me
a-
and Brew were
it's not a
equal in wins
contest.
and losses.
I mean,
think.
you lost, but it's not
Except
a contest.
it is. Yeah, it's not a concept.
Concept?
It is. Yeah.
It's not a concept.
Damn, that's fun. It is. Yeah, we should do more of that shit. We'll do more.
We have more.
Yes, we
have
will
more
do
games.
more, and we will
lined
be
up.
doing.
Hopefully more Pokemon live streams.
Yes, we will do a lot more Pokemon
We
live
will.
streams, and also I would like to say, because we don't have any viewers right now, this is like the best time to say it. The anime man,
Yeah.
some of you might know him, blatantly stole our concept.
That was hilarious.
Blatantly stole our idea
Now 20
for a
people are
live
already
stream
watching.
and shamelessly did it before we could. So basically, we at the end of the last stream we said that we would do a Pokemon Fire Red speed run, and the three of us would be fighting for it and see who would finish it quickest.
By the way, very original idea. No
Yes,
one has ever
no
done
one
it.
has
on
ever
the
done it
internet,
on the
ever.
history
Very
of the
original.
internet. But what's interesting is that we said on the live stream, we said we would be doing a Fire Red speed run, and a few days later we get a notification saying that the anime man is doing a Fire Red speed run. Coincidence? I think not. So
I think
Joey,
both are
if
out.
you're watching our live stream, at least comment over here and share our link a little, you know.
At least
We are giving you
comment.
some great ideas apparently, so you might as well give us some views in return, you know. Come on, Joey, you got a lot of subscribers. Share the wealth a little, so to speak. But yeah,
Share the wealth.
we have 4
apparently.
viewers on Twitch right now. I'm pretty sure 2 of those are you guys. But yeah, for those of you who heard it, Joey stole our content. We will be suing him in the court of Twitch. And you can expect
Court of
strict
Twitch,
action
yes,
of
of course.
absolutely nothing being done
The Weeb
against
court.
him.
Yes.
Yes, the
Right.
Weeb court. Yes, I don't think we would fare very well in the Weeb court if it's Joey who's going to be
Yes.
against us. But yeah, the anime
Joey,
man,
what's up? If
the
you're watching,
content
what's up? But
thief,
he's
Made a
not.
whole court again in his favor.
content thief. We will still be doing our Fire Red speed run eventually. Not now, because now everyone's going to be like, oh, Joey did it, so these guys are doing it, so we're not going to do it right now.
Well, not really.
But we will do
People
it.
are
Mostly we
gonna-
trying to explain
Hey,
how
dude,
we had the
everyone
idea
does
3 days
it.
beforehand.
The thing is, there's probably like 10 people doing a Fire Red speedrun right
Yeah.
now with more viewers than us. So yeah, it's a common thing that keeps going on all the time.
Yeah,
Well, it is a very active speedrunning community.
Yeah.
I would just like to talk about how Joey stole our content.
And if you
That's
think
all
of
okay. Is that
that's
a
one of
problem?
the
Is that
first
really a
things
problem? Is that really a
people
problem?
some of the first things people speedrun actually when it comes to Pokemon.
Sure. We're also planning on other games. In fact, we are going to play random games and choose only the Japanese characters out of it and play it. Like Dota, Juggernaut
we are
and
weebs.
Grimstroke.
Yes.
Like League of Legends, I have no idea who those characters are.
That's not happening.
League of Legends doesn't even work on my laptop. For some reason, Riot Games has banned my Mac ID or something. I don't know what happened.
Yes.
And we'll play Smite, and we'll play a lot of those Japanese gods, and we'll play Valorant, which apparently has a Japanese person as well, Japanese character as well. Valorant
Shit,
also
dude,
doesn't
they're
run on my
weebs, man,
laptop,
damn it.
so
That's sad.
we can also play Genshin Impact. That's a game people like, I think.
Genshin Impact, yes.
Yeah.
It's a good game, yeah. Not a copy of Breath of the Wild. It's an original game.
no.
Don't worry.
My God, I don't think we should shit on
Yes.
Genshin Impact.
Hey,
before
we can't afford to play
it
Breath of the Wild. We don't have Switches, so we play Genshin Impact.
Can you stream from a Switch?
Cheap
I don't know if
Chinese
you can.
knockoff.
Can you actually stream from a Switch?
I've seen people do it, so I think it's possible, but I haven't figured. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, I mean, there are no emulators for the Switch as far as I know, so I don't think you can emulate it. You just have to stream it directly.
I don't think we want to emulate a Switch of all things. No.
Hmm.
If we
I mean, we
decide
don't-
to emulate,
we don't-
if
we
there
don't
is an
do that.
emulator for Switch and we have it up,
We don't
Yeah,
some-
emulate games that can be bought
What's
and
an
played
emulator?
right.
I don't understand this word. What's an emulator?
Oh, it's when you buy something which is not from your immediate neighborhood. You go to another neighborhood and buy. That's
Right,
emulation.
right.
I don't know why
Yeah,
that's the
yeah.
first thing I could think
Ooh.
of. Anyway, let's get started
Yeah,
because we're going to
but,
talk about Kaiji.
Wait.
Oh.
We have legendary anime JP fans saying Weeb. My channel is filled with Weebs. I could talk about Weeb. Genshin Impact is extremely popular.
Yeah, we know.
It is.
We were kidding. But yeah, Genshin Impact is a game none of us have touched because we cannot afford to lose
we
our
try to
lives to a
addicted
game.
into it.
Yeah. We're already
true.
wasting a lot of time each day. And if we start playing Genshin Impact, we
Oh,
never stop.
dude.
In fact, Sid and I,
remember-
we played Naruto. What is it called, Sid? Naruto what?
Oh, the Naruto mobile game, dude. Is it Ultimate Showdown? I don't remember.
I do not. I will
think it's
actually
called
check
Ultimate
because
Showdown.
I think I still have it. I don't know if I uninstalled it. But
What,
oh
you
my
still have
god.
it installed?
Slugfest.
Oh, Slugfest.
Oh yes,
Yes,
Naruto
Naruto
Slugfest.
Slugfest,
Oh
yeah.
my god, we played that game every day. And we also went for this
you were
mission which gave
grinding
us
up till
a
like-
lot of XP, and it turned out that we were supposed to be lovers or something over there because we had to protect each other from different enemies, and in the end we shared
could get, like,
a
married
moonlit
and shit.
scene. Yeah. And there was a
Yeah,
nice
I remember
moonlit
that, bro.
scenery that we were
That was
partaking
quite
together.
romantic, if I must say so.
And
bro.
we were saying like the weirdest shit at that time. We were like,
Shit to each other.
You wanna turn around here, baby?
Oh, dude, I
That's
wish
what
you could
that's
put
what we do
such
on
in a
Discord. Okay, that's what
hilarious-
you can join our Discord, by the way. But we have a Discord for Weeb101. That's the kind of
Yes,
crap that we
through
do there
Discord.
all the time. If you want to hear us,
We make love to each other through video games.
Yeah.
Yes.
Apparently.
But whatever happened to Naruto Slugfest, it was a
What
really good
great
game.
way to
at
kick
the
off
time,
the
but
stream. Yes.
that was-
Yeah, I think it became too difficult for us. We had to grind too much, so we stopped. As far as I remember.
Yeah, and also
Because we
there
had
was
to
like
reach a
this
certain
bug,
level
right?
to
We
unlock
couldn't
shit.
go past a certain level because of a bug, and then it was fixed
Oh,
a week
yeah,
later. But then we
yeah.
got too bored by the time to actually
Yeah, we
continue the
got
damn
too
game.
bored. Yeah.
God damn it!
You guys said
Yeah,
it wasn't difficult. You said it was tedious because you just had to grind.
Well, like any.
Like any
RPG.
MMO, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, right? Oh, by the way, speaking of MMOs, we're also going to be talking about solo leveling today. More like I'm going to be
Yes,
talking
we
about
are.
solo leveling because these two haven't read it.
Yes, he is.
Sid is never going to read it because I can say for sure that he's going to hate it. Audi might like it, I'm not sure. I think Audi will like it. But Sid
Is it
will
like
hate
an
it.
isekai thing?
It's not
It's like
Isekai.
Sword Art Online.
It's
he
like Sword Art
says.
Online, yes, but it's better.
Hmm.
Yeah, also,
Yes,
if
by
any
the
of
way,
you...
yes, legendary anime fan.
Yeah.
We did hear about the Demon Slayer game coming. We have been following it, but it's PS5, so we'll never be able to play it.
Yeah, okay. Firstly, we can't afford PS5s. We are weebs who run a YouTube and Twitch channel. We don't have money. And even if we could, the availability of the PS5 is so bad right now that nobody can actually get their hands on
Yeah,
it.
it's so bad. Yeah.
Also,
Also, Varun agrees with you, bro. He's like, solo leveling is just pure hype.
exactly, Varun. Oh my god.
Varun.
Thanks for joining us again, Varun. But yeah, solo leveling is
Thank you,
amazing.
Varun.
Okay, I've read. So we had a serious discussion at the Weeb101 headquarters, which is us sitting at our homes and sitting on
Oh,
Discord.
yes.
And
Sitting right here where we are right
And
now.
Sid was like, I want to read some classic manga. And Sid said, you read all the modern manga because I'm not too interested in it. So I read like 100 of them. Okay, I read like Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah.
I read, what's its name? Black Clover. I read Seven Deadly Sins.
Eden Zero.
Eden Zero. I'm starting on, I already started actually this thing, right? Tokyo Ghoul right now. And I just decided to read Solo Leveling because it's something I wanted to read for a really long time, and I just never read it. And I always knew I was going to like it because of the description. And oh my god, it is beautiful. The art is amazing. You actually
Oh yeah,
used to get
I've
sucked
never
into
heard
it.
Brew say that before. By the way, like real Brew is never one to appreciate. Like when I say, "Oh, Brew, it looks so cool," he's like, "Yeah, oh, okay, whatever." But this one, he messaged. He's like, "Yo, look at this. Do you think this is good?" I'm like, "Yeah, it looks pretty nice." And he's like, "Oh, it's so fucking cool. I love the art."
That the art does look good.
No, but this is next level. Trust me, I've never seen Brew appreciate art like this before.
Yeah,
This
oh my
was
God.
new for me.
I'm telling you, the art in this is like seriously good. Okay, although weirdly, I went to the Solo Leveling subreddit on Reddit for those who don't know subreddits, and one of the first posts I saw was this ant creature, okay, and somebody had googled the ant creature's name, which is Beru, Beru, and and one of the suggestions was Beru, some sexy or lewd or something like that, and this guy's like, some of you have explaining to do. I was like, is this really how I want to be introduced to this community?
Were you in Solo Leveling Rule 34 subreddit by some?
I tried finding it, but it wasn't there. Okay, I'll tell you one thing. Okay, I'll tell you one thing. In Solo Leveling, everybody looks amazing. Okay, everybody they look like freaking models. In fact, there is a model in Solo Leveling, and she looks like a normal person because everybody just looks beautiful in this thing. They're like perfect human beings. There are very few people who you can call ugly. If we went into the Solo Leveling world, people would be spitting on us just because of our looks. They're that pretty.
Oh my god.
Hey, then again, it's Korea, so everyone's probably gotten plastic surgery, but
everyone's pretty, yeah.
Yeah,
with all their whatever.
And even the main dude, he basically looks like a
Varun
wimpy little
says
kid.
sorry.
Yeah.
Varun says you're echoing for some reason. Keep speaking, I'll check. Keep speaking.
I will keep speaking and I will check the echo and is this better? I just changed a couple of
You're
settings.
echoing a little. Okay, cool.
I changed a couple of settings. Please let me know if I'm echoing again, Varun. Thank you.
I'll let you know. But yeah,
even the main character, he looks a little wimpy at the start, and then he undergoes his change and starts becoming stronger, and he looks like an absolute Chad, full muscular, and his face changes, his face structure changes. He gets like this haircut, which makes him look better.
Oh, I see.
And like, God damn it, there are no people who don't look good in this.
It's like he's like a little chubby school kid, then he becomes like a buff.
That's the thing, he's not chubby either. He's just a wimpy little weak kid, and then he becomes a full Chad. That's like the best way to put it. He becomes a full Chad. Yeah, Solo Leveling is just beautiful. Everything about it is just amazing. I just love it. Okay, if any of you haven't read Solo Leveling, it's a manhwa, it's not a manga. So the way you read it is a little different, but I
love reading manhwas, by the way. I prefer the long page, the whole chapter. I love that reading. Yeah,
and we are doing this not because the scrolling action, but because we are showing you the direction it moves in, up to down.
We bought the book. The actual book is like
it's like a CVS receipt. It just keeps going.
And we read it on Webtoon, which is free. So on Webtoon, you do have that, so it works. So,
but yeah,
Webtoon
guys,
is a legal free platform to read manhwa.
Go read Solo Leveling if you haven't already. It's getting an anime. I'm going to watch the anime just to see if they do it justice. Leveling. Because if it actually becomes a really good anime, I will pimp it out. I will actually go around telling people to watch it just for the sake of it, because I really like this series.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know about the series, but manhwa on its own is a really. I think more people need to read manhwa, because many years ago when I actually did get into manhwas, I had a manhwa phase where I was reading all the top manhwas like Nobilis, God of High School, Tower of God. I used to read Girls of the Wild, random manhwas, and Bru is right in a way that it looks so beautiful. They do it more like graphic novels where every page is colored. And it's actually really beautiful to read. It's a very beautiful experience reading manhwa, for sure.
Yeah, and again, as I said, I read all...
that.
Sorry?
And some of them draw much better than some popular mangakas, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I know exactly
what Audi was facing. But Audi was facing.
Solo Leveling that he wins all his fights. The main character always wins his fights.
Yeah, he always wins his fights.
How is it? That sounds rather something around the lines of One Punch Man then.
That's the thing, right? I hate characters who are OP. Okay, good stories never have OP characters. Good stories always have characters with flaws. Okay, because that's what makes it believable. Because if Seven Deadly Sins has the freaking Demon King, who's supposed to be one of the strongest, beings in the universe of the world they're in, and he gets his butt handed to him in multiple ways, in multiple forms. So it becomes a little unbelievable. You're like, really, the Demon King, who literally granted a bit of his power to these guys, he's getting his butt kicked by these same guys. But in this, okay, And I'll tell you what the base storyline is, okay?
It's just
this
he
dude-
likes it because he likes Tales of Pirates. That's why he likes it.
Remembers that, by the way.
He only likes the OP character because he likes Tales of
No,
Pirates.
it's not only Tales of Pirates. Like, okay, I also played Ragnarok
I'm
Online. I
kidding,
think
I'm kidding.
was it
Yeah,
Ragnarok
yeah.
Online? I forgot the
I
name of
think
the game.
It was, yeah.
I don't remember.
And what is
But
it?
yeah.
What is the other one? Bionicle Online.
Oh, you played Bionicle.
Yeah, I
had the
played
toys.
I
but
played
yeah.
I never had the toys, but I played Bionicle the game, and I played online. And also, I didn't know Bionicle had toys at the start because I thought it was just a game, and I didn't realize that they were actual figurines which were made for that.
It's the opposite for
Yeah.
me. I didn't know about the game. I knew the toys.
The game was really freaking good. But yeah, so basically what happens is, okay, so this guy, okay, he is a wimpy little E rank who is in a world. He's in a world where some people can awaken and become hunters. So these guys hunt these magical creatures who appear in dungeons where gates randomly open up in their world, and these gates are ranked from like S to E or D. Sorry. Yeah, S to E. And this dude is on like the weakest rank, okay? He's on the E rank. So what he does is he joins this other group just to go fighting this C rank dungeon so that he can get like some spoils of war and some money to take care of his mother who's in the hospital and his sister who needs to go to college and all that.
Yeah.
But what happens is there's like a double dungeon. So the C rank dungeon, so the dungeons cannot be closed, cannot be finished until you destroy the boss. Except the boss in the C rank dungeon is actually like an SS rank. Okay, it's like the most OP boss they've ever faced ever. But
Is it like a glitch in this thing dungeon? Because
yeah, it's
or
like a
is it
thing
on
that nobody
purpose
even
the E rank
people
has?
thought it was like a myth, like double dungeons don't actually exist. But these guys stumble upon one, and there are certain rules that they all try to follow, and the main guy tries to use his brains to help them survive, but eventually he's left as a sacrifice because he loses a leg, so he's like, just leave me and go. And what happens is, right before he's about to die, right before an axe comes swinging down on him, he gets this little pop-up that says, you have unlocked a quest, the courage of the weak. Do you wish to accept? Okay, so he accepts it with his last dying breath, and he wakes up in the hospital. He's completely fine. His leg, which was cut off, has been recovered fully, which is supposed to be next to impossible unless you have a very high rank healer. And he sees this little pop-up, with like a game pop-up above him in his hospital bed, and he's like, what the hell is this? And it's given him like daily tasks, okay? It's like do 100 push-ups, do 100 sit-ups, run 10 kilometers and all that. And there's a line
It's
saying...
like the quest.
Yeah, it's a quest. And there's a line saying, if you don't finish your daily quest, there will be a penalty. And this dude's like, you know what? I literally just almost died. I cannot do this. I'm in the hospital for heaven's sake. So I can't be exercising right now. And he ignores it. And nobody else can see this pop-up. Okay, and then he gets he ignores it, and then the pop-up is like, hey, you didn't finish your daily quest, so now it's time for your penalty. And his penalty is being basically isekai'd to another plane or another area in the world where there's like these extremely high level demons that are trying to kill him, and his only mission in that quest is to survive for 4 hours, not kill anything. He literally just has to survive for 4 hours. That's his penalty.
Oh, wow.
And then he religiously does his quests from that day onwards. He's like, I never want to go fight that centipede monster again in my life. It is insane.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, and as he keeps completing his quests, he gets XP. Yeah.
Before you cut, I have one question. Like, so how do they get into this world? Is it like a Sword Art Online type of thing?
No, this is their normal world. This is their normal world. It's our world, but
so
monsters
it's not a
start
game.
coming up. Yeah, it's not a game.
Oh, okay. I see. Okay. So it's not an isekai.
It's not an isekai. It's not an isekai at all. But,
okay, that's good. Yeah.
But basically, what happens is so what is a normal world for most of the people, for everybody? This one guy gets into a game-like system. So he's the only one who can level up like this. So he does these daily tasks, he keeps leveling up. Then he gets access to like a small dungeon with a key as one of his rewards. So he fights like these wolves, and then after the wolves he goes fights other bigger bosses, and he keeps going on and on. And so what happens is this guy is literally the only guy in the entire world who can level up his rank of hunter when nobody else can. So if for example, if somebody awakens as a hunter and they get an S rank, they're going to be an S rank. They can train their body as much as they want, but they'll still be an S rank of a certain power.
Yeah.
But this guy starts off as an E rank and rises up in rank like crazy because he keeps going into different dungeons and he keeps leveling up because of his abilities. So he's basically playing an MMORPG, but it's not an MMORPG because there is no MMO part there. It's just him.
Yeah, that does sound like what Kirito also did in the beginning of Sword Art
exactly,
Online, right?
exactly. And the thing is, the thing is, like this guy. Again, it's very similar to Sword Art Online in the sense that he kills random creatures and he keeps leveling up.
Yeah.
But here he uses those powers in other situations, while Kirito was more of, okay, I became an OP boss already, now I will start fighting different people.
Now I just get bored and sit in one place forever.
Basically.
But yeah.
But this guy actually goes on to challenge different things. He in the end he clears dungeons on his own. He goes and fights like other S tier people, and nobody can believe it because according to the official documentation of the South Korean government, he is an E rank, and everyone's like, ha, E rank, ha, lamao, and then he wrecks everybody, and they're all like, ha, is this guy an E rank? Yeah, he's basically a smurf.
That does remind me a lot of One Punch Man. I'm not even joking.
Yeah,
because,
it does. It definitely does.
He is also, even One Punch Man is like a lower rank. Even later he goes from C to B, but he's actually
he's like
stronger than he's stronger than all the S class heroes also, right? And people are like, oh, you're a B rank. What are you going to do? Get out of here. So it really does remind me of that, yeah.
At the end of season 1, there's like a whole calamity coming down upon the planet, and he takes out the head alien that was bringing this calamity. Whereas the other S-class heroes are standing there like, nothing to be done.
Yeah, but the thing is here, right? It's a little less like One Punch Man, because One Punch Man, Saitama starts out the manga as OP as hell. Like he is from the first chapter he's OP as hell. But here, this guy...
we get his backstory later, but yeah, for the beginning they show the crab demon thing, so he's already OP,
this guy here is weak as shit. He's useless. He's absolutely useless. In fact, he starts off the manga being called the weakest hunter in the world. Okay, that's his title. That's the title he's earned through his various achievements of nothing. So he starts off extremely weak and he keeps getting more and more powerful, and as time goes on you see his power increasing. So that it's really cool. The way the monsters are really interesting, and eventually he gets this is spoilers, so if any of you are listening, please stop listening for the next 2 minutes. Don't quit the stream. I will kill you.
Is this the guy, the one in the suit in the picture?
That's the guy. Yeah,
that you put.
Yeah,
I see.
So basically he gets like this. He gets an option.
I also want to read it.
Yeah.
Tell me.
He gets this option to become a necromancer. Okay. And he's like, nah, I don't want to do that. I'm not a mage, I'm an assassin type. I want to kill people, cut them up. And then the system is like, hey, this is a hidden class. Are you sure you want to do this? You'll never get the option again. He's like, hidden class sounds powerful. Okay, I'll become a necromancer. And what he does is he defeats like any opponent he defeats, right? If he's strong enough, if he's a high enough level, he basically extracts their shadow and makes the demon or whatever being his slave. So
I see. Okay.
So he almost dies against this one knight called Igris. Okay, and he wins because Igris is an honorable knight, and when he loses his weapon, Igris throws away his weapon and fights him bare hands. Okay, and in the end, he grabs his knife and sticks it straight into Igris's eye because he's fully covered in armor. And then he raises Igris, and Igris becomes his main fighting weapon afterwards.
Wow. Dude, it's like this thing when you're playing like Naruto or Dragon Ball Z, you call an assist to fight.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's the thing. In those situations, you be like, hey, you come in, help me out and go back. Here, these guys are just there. They're like his army. He 1v thousands people because of how strong his army is.
Okay, I see.
It's insane, man. Solo leveling.
But dude,
Did not
do you
expect
know-
to like it that much.
Are we done
Yeah.
with the spoiler content?
Yes, we're done with the spoiler content.
why did you? No, Adi, we are still continuing
Oh, okay,
for a
we're
while.
still
You
spoiling.
can mute yourself again. Yeah. 1 second, Adi, mute yourself.
No, I muted.
But,
whatever.
No, don't mute, bro. Man, my plan failed, dude. I was gonna keep Audi muted and be like, bro, let's pretend like we're
Oh my
talking
God.
about solo leveling.
Yeah, I could still hear you at the end of the day. Nice. Good job.
Damn it. That would have been so much fun.
It
Would it?
But yeah, seriously, all the manga I've read in the last 2 months, solo leveling is without a doubt the best. Insane,
My God.
absolutely insane. And the thing
Even
is, like,
I
it's very
found
creative.
the manga.
Yeah, the
Oh yeah, what we think it's very creative.
yeah, the characters are insane. So you remember I had a problem with Hunter X Hunter and the Chimera Ant arc. These guys have
yeah, you
ants
did,
as
yes.
well, okay. But and it's a very similar thing actually. The ants are like OP and they're killing everybody, and this guy takes care of them. But this arc went so much better. I was like, beautiful, love it.
It's ongoing.
Yeah, it's ongoing. Oh my god, it is pretty hype right now.
Nice. Who was listening, check out Solo Leveling.
Yeah, and it's exactly like an MMO because at one point you are so OP that you just go up to someone. You know it's like Skyrim where you want to like bitch slap somebody just because you can, and you have so much power that not even dragons can come and kill you. It's like that.
That is true.
This dude is basically the dragonborn over there.
That did happen. Yeah, I relate to that because like later in Skyrim I became level 88 and I just used to go around
Yeah.
to shotting people. I didn't care about anything.
Yeah, and the thing is like, okay,
Yeah, so
I
that-
never got far in Skyrim because I'm a noob. But like, I'm pretty sure you could go to any village and kill a random person or kill a chicken or something and not get
dude,
caught for it because
they
you're that
couldn't
strong.
touch me.
Yeah.
No. I can burn down the whole village, without any issue.
Yeah, see, this dude is like that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I like it because it's like a proper game. This dude is the main character of a game, and everybody else is an NPC.
He's a glitch, but he's a glitch in the game.
That's
Or
the
his
thing. There is
character
no
glitch.
game. The game
And
is
he's
made
taking
for
out-
him. It seems like.
Oh yeah, there is no game.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's just
There is
beautiful.
no game except for him, basically.
Yeah, except for him. And he just goes insane. And he actually
I
has
see.
to decide
So-
like how many points do I put in which stat. It reminded me exactly of Assassin's Creed at that point because you have to I think it was which one was it? Christ, which was the UK one?
Syndicate.
Syndicate. Yes.
Any game.
In Syndicate.
Any game.
No, in Syndicate
Yeah.
especially, you had to like be very careful about how you wanted to build each character. So like Evie would need you had to level up her stealth and the ability for her
Yeah.
to one shot people by upgrading her little shooting thingy. So all that stuff was it reminded me exactly of that because this guy is like my strength needs this much, and also Tales of Pirates because Sid has already said it. I don't want to say it again. But even there, you have to be like, okay, I choose this skill, and then you have to go kill monsters to get certain parts to upgrade your skills later. Beautiful. It's actually like watching. I can't wait for the anime, man. It's going to be like watching a game. Okay, it's going to be what gamers do on Twitch all the time. Except it's going to be an anime form.
It should get an anime. A lot of the old popular manhwa like God of High School, Tower of God already got animes, right? So maybe this
Wasn't
one will
God of
also
High
be
School,
getting
like,
one
really
soon. Since it's like
disappointing for
really
most people,
popular.
though?
It is really disappointing. Trust me, when I saw it, I was like, what the hell is going on? And because Tower of God was so disappointing, I didn't even give God of High School a chance. I was like, I don't feel like it. But apparently I heard it's just battles. They have taken out most of the story from what I've seen about the anime. It's just like Kengan Asura apparently.
Okay, I opened up the stream by mistake on my laptop, so you might hear a slight glitch in the matrix, but pretend you saw nothing. Yeah. But yeah, okay, I'm done
pretend you
with
saw nothing.
I'm done with my solo leveling rant for now. We can talk
Solo
about it
leveling
later
is cool.
again.
Yeah, we can continue later.
But-
I wanted to say
Yeah.
this thing, dude. Even I read a really cool manga that I'm really loving since Berserk. You
I
already
hate
know
you.
what it is. I mentioned it slightly
I hate
yesterday. Hey, to be fair,
I hate
No,
you.
I
It is not
started
to be
reading
fair.
it 2 weeks ago. I forgot about the pack that we had made. Okay.
Yes.
A
convenient.
pact
blame
that
me
you
for that.
forced on me, by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I had forgotten about it, and then I remembered, and then that's why I told you that night because I remembered. Otherwise, I wouldn't have told you if I didn't remember.
Okay, for anyone who's like confused, Sid, I told Sid I was going to read the manga that he said. And he said, no, we'll read it
Yes.
together. You can't read it without me. I want to discuss it and stuff. You can't read it when
Yeah.
I'm not reading it.
Yes, yes.
And then he went and read it without telling any of us.
Hey, actually, I'm just 20 chapters in, by the way, so I'm not going at a
Irrelevant.
very fast pace.
Irrelevant.
But it's so freaking cool, dude. Basically, what we're talking about is what some would call Naoki Urasawa's magnum opus, and what some think it's Monster, but I do think it's this one. I like this more than Monster, even though Monster is amazing.
Yeah, I think-
Johan is our god.
Johan is
But,
yes.
Still ongoing. 20th century.
No, it's over. There's the 21st Century Boys also, which we'll read together. Okay, but yeah, 20th Century Boys is amazing. So I was actually avoiding reading it because I actually wanted to buy the books because I wanted to read the actual books, and I did buy the books, and it's really cool. I'm really enjoying it. Actually,
Tons of Japanese games. Ever heard about a computer called PC 98001 or PC Engine and PC FX?
no, I've actually never heard
I'm
of
not
those.
familiar with those terms.
Yeah.
What is
I
it?
didn't-
PC
Well,
what?
that's cool. You collect Japanese games. That's nice. Mr. Legendary Anime
JP
fan.
Oh.
2. He
Mhm.
put up a comment on our YouTube stream saying that he collects a ton of Japanese
That's
games.
cool.
But we
There's,
never heard of
lots of-
PC 98001, PC Engine and PC FX.
Mhm.
I don't know, are they like
But it's interesting.
emulating softwares or something?
No, Adi.
Hmm.
No. Okay, they are. There
Yeah.
are emulators, but I said, do you,
I know PCSX, but I don't know PCFX. PCSX is quite popular. But this thing.
9800 series is a lineup of Japanese 16-bit and
What?
32-bit personal computers manufactured by NEC from 1982 to 2000. 16-bit and 32-bit.
is Japanese.
Ah,
Hmm.
that is pretty
Interesting.
Oh.
Legendary anime fan. Are
Pretty
you in
old.
Japan like us? Because we are also in Japan, right?
old. Come on,
Yes.
don't trick people like that. We are not in Japan at all.
We are of course not. It's pretty obvious. But yeah, it's a really cool manga. I don't want to tell you much about it because I do want you guys to read it, and I do want to discuss it with y'all. But you all know how
I
cool
will
Naoki
read
Urasawa
it.
can be after reading Monster.
I will
Yeah,
read it.
originally
I am
actually
most probably going to finish it
wanted to
before
read
you.
Sneeze. You will. Yeah, I know. So you can't blame me for getting a head start on you. but this thing I wanted to read Sneeze. It's a collection of short stories by Naoki Urasawa. That's what I originally wanted to read, but I couldn't find it anywhere.
So you just
That's why I
happen to be
started
like,
reading,
oh, here is an other manga by him that totally does not trigger any
Yeah,
memories in my
ooh,
brain at
it's-
all.
Yeah, it was on my list, so I was like, oh, let me start reading it. And I started reading it, and I just got lost in it. It's freaking amazing. We should definitely read and talk about it later. But it's a really really good story. And by the way, for those who are fans of Naoki Urasawa, he has a YouTube channel which he uploads a lot of stuff. He gives a lot of manga tips, draws live, and it's been really cool. I've
How
been
about you
watching it
guys
for
go
a while.
subscribe to our
So,
YouTube channel
if you wanna
before
check that out,
his
check that
YouTube
out.
channel. Ha guys, whoever's watching, my god. Sid, can you stop promoting
Go
other
to
people?
his channel and tell
you
him.
know.
No. Hey, let me finish my sentence. Go to his channel and tell him we sent you.
Yes.
Yes,
And get
like
more
he's
people
going to
back here.
care. Hey guys, don't look at this
Can you hear
Mangaka's
Brew?
YouTube
Yeah, I think
channel.
Brew died.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you now. Yeah.
Yeah, like hey guys, don't go to the YouTubers manga channel. Come to these weebs instead who don't matter. Yay! Isn't that a great?
Yeah, exactly.
God damn it! Terrible.
It's so good. You
absolutely
can.
terrible.
Lots of people make bad decisions. Make another bad decision. Watch Weeb101.
Yes.
Remind me to never let Sid be the one who makes any of our social media or marketing
Hey,
decisions.
I'm selling our channel so well
You
right
are
now.
terrible at selling the channel.
But yeah, anyways, for any
Let's talk
Audi,
about the thing
what
that
have
we were reading.
Audi, were you reading anything else after the thing before we talk about the thing that
Not
we were
really,
reading?
no. I was only reading Kaiji.
Were you only reading Kaiji?
Yeah.
I'm surprised Audi was
Well, I
even
was
reading
reading
that,
what
to be
I could
honest.
read.
Yeah, you were reading Kenichi too, right?
Are you kidding me? That's like
was
years
reading
old.
Kenichi
Said
too
he
long back,
basically
but then I
read
stopped
Kenichi in
reading.
2012. Was okay. That's not right because Audi
Before
didn't read
us.
manga in
A
2012.
bit of an exaggeration,
Yes, a bit of
Audi
an
read Kenichi
exaggeration.
but
before us.
yeah, I
But
was
yeah,
just reading Kaiji, nothing else.
and oh yeah, but yeah, we can start talking about Kaiji. So we all did read Kaiji, and
Yes,
Brew has finished it. I think. I
Yeah,
assume it's
I
a good
have
assumption to make. I
finished
guess.
it. I have indeed.
What are you looking at?
seems your mic is back.
His mic was back.
No,
Yeah.
you're still lagging a bit.
Am I
okay,
lagging a bit?
But yeah,
Now you are not.
Audi,
You're okay.
Kaiji thoughts.
Thoughts. Fun story. I read through like 4 different games, if you will. The whole plot line of Kaiji is that we follow the story of Ito Kaiji, or is that his name? I forgot his name.
His name is Kaiji.
basically.
That's all I know.
But we follow him. He's a very relatively normal person who works a normal job, and then one fine day he gets caught in a money lending incident, if you will, where one of his friends kind of signs some papers in his name, and
No, but that was wait. Sorry, wasn't that also a scam in the end because his friend was also the one who was scammed?
yeah, well, he wasn't aware of it until then. So
Yeah.
from his perspective, it looked like a complete accident, right? It was a scam, obviously, but then here it was like, okay, I'll sign some papers in my name, and you can return the money whenever you can. Except, Kaiji, being a normal person at the time, he was like, okay, I'm just going to do this. Nothing suspicious at all.
Yeah.
And then he gets scammed. He has his money taken away. He has his life taken away, and he's thrown on a boat where he has to play for his life, basically.
When you say thrown on a
So,
boat, it sounds like he's on a raft or something where he's like about to.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's a
He's just
luxury
thrown on a
cruise.
boat.
Thrown
Like,
on the
go
ship, if you
exile.
will. Luxury. I wouldn't exactly go.
Yeah, not a
Because
luxury,
luxury,
just
but
a
it's
giant
a
ass
cruise, if
ship
you will.
which has a multitude of gambling accessories inside. That's all.
A multitude
Yeah.
of gambling accessories and nothing else. You can't sit down for the and take a proper
You can sit
breather
down,
if you
actually.
want. You can't really ask for drinks if you want, But basically, as far as the stories go in Kaiji, it's based on games. It's based on gambling mainly, and it's based on card games. It's based on pachinko game, the pinball machine, if you will. There are so far I've only read card games, but I'm assuming there are other games as well.
Oh, I thought you read quite a lot.
I read up until the.
Wasn't there the walking game which I am reading currently?
Yeah, but then that's more like a challenge than it is a game, right? At the end of the day. So
Isn't it one of the levels? Isn't it one of the
it's
tasks?
one of the levels, yeah. But then the walking game is more of a challenge where people have to kind of overcome their fears more than anything else. There is no luck involved, if you will. It's just like it's an overall trial or something more than it is a game where you can see how other people tamper the odds and kind of make it work in their favor.
Okay.
I wouldn't exactly call it a game.
I am sorry,
But
my laptop
point
is
being-
not great and it lagged like crazy, but I got a picture of Kaiji up on the stream, which should be.
Oh yes,
reflected
finally.
any moment
Okay,
now.
yeah, we can see it.
That works.
Thank God.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is the person called Kaiji over there. He's the one who we follow around. And the games are pretty exciting. I will say this much: it does provoke some thought, but then, like as you read through the whole story, as you progress and you see that you see that it starts to get a little boring, if you will. It got a little dragged on for me, and after a point, there was, I think even in the first game itself, they started showing like various different angles of his face, him being worried, him crying, him just shaking in fear and everything else, and it just felt like a Bollywood movie in manga. So I was just wondering, I just seen like 5 chapters of his face being worried so far, and if they have to have like one bit of progression, it'll go over the course of 5 chapters. So you have to. I just kept scrolling through or going past pages. Yes, just be like, okay, yeah, boring. For 4 chapters gone, and then okay, finally some progression. But Kaiji, it is fun story. I did like it where I've read, but it does get slightly boring. So it's like a acquired taste, if you will.
Are you gonna continue reading it?
Yeah. Slowly, albeit, but then I will still continue reading it. And
listen, you can't read Kaiji slowly.
Better.
If you take time with Kaiji, you're not finishing it ever.
Yeah.
No, like this chapter that I'm on currently, I was expecting some progression to happen, but then I just kept seeing the same damn faces, and then like backstory, and then people being worried, and him going, my friend's Nakama power and shit, and then I just had to keep scrolling the page, going one after the other, and just skipped like 7 chapters after that. And then now I kind of figured, if you have to get anywhere with finishing the story, you just have to keep going as fast as possible, because it gets slow as shit after a certain point.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah, Kaiji is. I think when I started reading Kaiji first, whatever Audie said, his story follows, and he goes in the ship, and then they have a rock paper scissor game.
Yeah.
And first that the first thing it reminded me of was Kakegurui, because bro, if you remember in Kakegurui, also the first game in the class is a rock paper scissor game, right, where they have to put chits in a box or something to see what they pick, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
It is kind of like a rock paper scissor related game. So I was like, interesting that they have the similar concept. I don't think Liar's Game had any rock paper scissors in it, at least
as far as I can remember. No, I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, right? But here they took it to like a crazy level with doing all sorts of. Basically, it's rock paper scissors with no rules. So you can do whatever the hell you want, apparently. And Kaiji is this, like, what made it different from other smart gambling this thing or manga was that Kaiji is a dumbass in the end, right? He's an idiot. He makes a lot of mistakes. He thinks he's clever. He thinks, I got this amazing move, and then it goes wrong because he didn't think of something like really obvious or something, and he's like, oh shit. Like he's basically inside his own head most of the times. I was enjoying it. Yeah, so I was enjoying the first this mission, the first game for a while, and then I stopped reading, and then I came back after 2 days. And then the part happened where they put him in the room, where they this thing, I forgot the word, where they brand him. Exactly. Thank you, Odi. Where they brand him and throw him in that room, and
you forgot everything.
You know me by that point. I had forgotten everything. I was like, what is going on here? And I didn't understand anything of the whole area. Yeah, I was like, what is going on? Who are they talking to? Where did he get the rings from? But like you guys explained it to me later, because I became full like unpad, and everything totally went over my head.
Yeah.
For those wondering what unpad means, it basically means like
illiterate. Yeah. But I think after that I continued reading till the part where they are crossing the wire or the pole, the skyscraper, I don't know what it is. Plank, an iron plank. I don't know.
Beam. Yes.
Plank. A beam, yes. Thank you, Audie, helping me with the vocabulary today.
Apparently Sid has no idea what English words to use at all.
I am a lost sea, as you can see.
Of course.
But it was interesting. I would still like to continue reading it, but I haven't got into it yet. I will say that I haven't continued since a week ago, I would say, right? Is that right?
I have a prediction to make here, which is that in 10 years' time, Sid would have progressed 10 chapters in Kaiji Max.
You're wrong. In 10 years' time, I'll still be at the same place I am right now.
That's why I'm saying Max. Like that's the max you will go. Even if you manage to, even if you're like, I will prove brew wrong, and you'll be like, I don't understand anything. Quit.
Just while this podcast, I should start reading it and finish it. But no, actually, I did start reading another manga also. It's something I've been wanting to read for a long time. But like the thing is, I really love this mangaka Taiyo Matsumoto. Tekken King Kret. You may know I talk about Tekken King Kret a lot. The film, I love it. So he's the one who wrote make the Tekken King Kret manga and also worked on the film. So I was reading another work of his called Number 5, which I really wanted to read because I love his style and everything. You know, his character style. It's one of his older mangas. It's basically like there's a team of people and each of them has a number 1, 2, 3, 4, and number 5 basically dies in the beginning of the story, and the manga is this mystery of them trying to figure out who killed number 5, and that's why it's called Number 5. And since it's Taiyo Matsumoto's early work, since I really like him, I was very biased, but damn, I couldn't get through the manga. It was so confusing. I could like the way it was drawn. Even though I love his art style and I was really trying hard, but I couldn't. I just couldn't enjoy it. Like, I think it was really it was a very confusing read for me. Half the time I was confused about what's going on because his character design style is like really wacky. So it was difficult for me to read and I had to let it go.
Oh my god.
But if you like Taiyo Matsumoto, you can check out his other stuff. Tekken King Kret is a fucking masterpiece. So I'll say that. Number 5 was not for me. It was too confusing. Maybe I'm just too unplugged, like I said. But anyways.
My god. Yeah. No, so the thing, Kaiji is definitely like very, very slow paced, so to speak. And Kaiji is also very repetitive. I don't necessarily blame the mangaka for it because you know it is not something where you can get the same level of excitement. If you're looking for something that is that does this type of stuff really well, Death Note comes to mind immediately, because Death Note is a place where you do see a lot of the characters' faces and you do see like fantasy imaginations of theirs where they're fighting each other mentally, but you don't feel that sense of really this again, because the manga is very well paced. Kaiji is I mean I understand it's very difficult to pace it out in an exciting way, because what can you do with gambling? You're literally sitting in one spot. Gambling is not about running around, it's about sitting in one spot and doing nothing for the longest time. You spend more time in gambling looking at the other person than you do actually doing anything yourself, you know, so that's a problem.
But see, like you say that, but then in one of the arcs they have this whole Ocean's 13 thing going on, Ocean's 11 thing going on, where you know Kaiji does like a metric ton of preparation so that he can tilt the building so that he can favor the odds in some way using 20 metric tons of water and shit.
So yeah, Brew told me about that shit. Yeah, that was some.
See, that shit is like interesting, but then as far as the game alone is concerned, it's just sitting there and it's just
pachinko
flying out.
Yeah, but that's what gambling
the game
is.
right?
You
That's
can't
how
do
pachinko
anything
is.
about
Yeah,
it.
that's what they do.
Your source material is inherently boring to watch. The stakes are high. That's what makes it exciting. But then if you're watching a game happen, you're just like, it's like
I don't
golf.
know how people can manage to go through like
golf is
poker
just like, you're just like,
fucking golf.
He hit that ball there. Okay,
The people sitting there, the people standing there just watching that one tiny white ball go, and then they're like, we need to walk there to see this shit now. God damn it.
Yeah, hate on golf. Actually, a lot of hate on golf. I think golf is like an unnecessary sport. It just makes no sense to me. But
I don't really. I'm not a sports person, so I don't know. But I like some sports. Some I don't really care about, like golf.
Like other sports are still like fine. You know, there's some excitement. There's some actual rush that you get. But golf is like, what's the point, man? Have you seen George Carlin talk about golf? By the way, he hates on it like crazy.
No, I don't think I remember. But I've never been interested in golf.
He calls it a sexist, elitist, racist game which takes up too much space. And it's for rich people to make deals.
It does take up too much space. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, it's for rich people to make deals with other rich people to screw over the little man.
It's what they do. Every movie. Do you know every like movie where they show rich people there in like a golf course talking? It's become like a trope, right? Yeah. But even this thing, I'm watching this Netflix show right now called Naked Director. Remember I told you about it? So even there, like right now, this these two CEOs of this big satellite company are like having a business deal, and they are like in a golf cart going around. So I'm like, well, that's what they do, I guess.
That's what
See,
they
that's
do.
just a stupid decision to burn through money like that just to make a decision when you could just go to like a small cafe, have a nice little meal, and just
That
sit
is
and
their
chat.
cafe. Look,
Yeah, that
burn
is
through money. You know who these guys are? There is no burn. All
No, but like,
they don't care.
like in general,
I
why
mean-
why go through the trouble of going through like a golf club? You have your own house. Just sit there and discuss everything.
They probably have their own golf clubs.
Yeah, they probably have
Golf
their
courses.
own
Clubs
golf
actually means the clubs,
courses.
but yeah,
Yes,
courses.
courses. I was gonna say golf stadium, and I was like, wait, that's not
That's
a
not
thing.
right.
But
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, so
golf courses.
Yeah, that's
that-
the thing. The source material is like very unexciting to show in a manga, especially because at least when you're watching poker, you can be like, oh, okay, oh, I wonder what hand. But in the manga, you're just reading it. The pace is as fast as you can go, and unless you can like flip through a volume in 3 minutes, it's not going to be exciting. But I can
Yeah,
definitely
that's-
understand why people like it.
Varun is saying Naked Director sounds like a K-drama. It's not a K-drama. In fact, it's quite the opposite. I can't. I don't know if I describe the plot, will we get demonetized or banned because the plot is something like that. But
Hey, Varun has access to the
Check it
internet.
out.
He can check it out. We don't need to get demonetized for it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Varun.
yeah, you can check out the
you
Naked
should
Director if you want.
Look it up. Look up
It's
the
a pretty
description.
fun show. Yeah, but anyways, continue.
Although I will give a warning to the two people who are watching right now. If Sid says it's a fun show, beware. Go ahead
Take
at
it
your own
with a
risk.
It's
grain
a
of
lot of
salt
fun.
and pepper, if you will.
Yeah, you will probably
It's
go
not a
into a
risk.
heavy, deep depression and never come out of it. So make sure that doesn't happen. Anyway.
Maybe
Yeah, I
you
see
will,
the
maybe you
appeal of
won't.
Kaiji.
But
Okay,
yeah.
Kaiji firstly makes needs
Yeah.
feel like they can do something in life. Okay,
Oh
and
yeah,
I say
you were
that as a
telling me
need.
about this.
Okay, they call out these weebs and these needs, and we
Gru
fit
is
the bill.
coming out of the closet as a NEET
Yeah, we fit the
today.
bill perfectly.
It's
okay.
important episode.
You feel like shit reading it because you realize you're doing nothing with your life. And it especially makes sense in Japan because Kaiji is so famous there. It makes sense there because
Yeah.
firstly he shits on the Japanese average worker's life like crazy. Okay, he's like, is this
Oh,
really
he
all
does,
your
yeah,
existence
yeah.
is about? Is it just
Yeah.
going to an office and sitting? So that's like one thing which immediately connects to people. And the second thing is they like pachinko machines are like a dime a dozen in Japan. So it's like a very
And it's actually a problem. It's a real problem in Japan.
Yeah.
The pachinko addiction. Like the government has tried very hard to stop it.
Yeah, so it's like a
Do
very
you know,
normal thing
like-
which people like to do in Japan. It gives them the illusion of getting somewhere in life which they can't reach through their normal day-to-day jobs.
Yeah.
So that way I
Dude,
can definitely
do you
see the
know
appeal.
in Japan, like, so they've made it illegal to get money from pachinko, so what they do, you get you collect balls, right? And that's how
Yeah.
you make money because there's a price
Yeah.
per ball. So what they've done to work around it, you get a ticket or like a coupon or ticket kind of thing from the pachinko place, which says the amount of balls you have, okay, or the money, and then you go across the road to another shop and give the coupon, and they give you the money because it's illegal for pachinko places to give money.
Oh,
They
I see.
figure out workaround around it. That's people are still addicted to it. It's like gambling, you're in there, you're doing it for days. If you're addicted, you waste your
Yeah.
lives away. Similarly, a lot of people do that.
Yeah, but that's another thing with Kaiji is that it makes it like with stuff like most manga, if you have Death Note, if you have Code Geass, even if you take something like Naruto and all that, all these characters are like special, they're like geniuses, they're the sons of these people, they're like blessed by birth itself and all that, while Kaiji is just like this ordinary bum who's sitting around doing nothing, and there's nothing special about him,
basically.
there's nothing interesting about him, he's just a bum. And if you're a bum like me, you'll be like, maybe I can do something with life with gambling. No, I'm not saying it's promoting gambling per se, because it definitely shows the bad effects of gambling more than the good ever.
Yes.
But it
Ah,
explains
but-
the human tendency to
No,
want to gamble very well.
Definitely. To want to gamble. Yeah, that is true. It does not promote gambling at all. Yeah, it does not promote gambling.
that
It shows
idea
you
of
how
one
fucked up
more
you'll
chance.
get. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
and
one more chance. I will do it. Yes, totally.
And the problem with Kaiji is kind of like the problem. I mean, this is just an example I'm giving. Don't take it as a literal comparison. But it's like Game of Thrones. The number of deaths that happen in Game of Thrones. At one point, you're just like, million people died. Don't care. I don't. It's a normal thing.
Whatever.
So,
yeah.
So
Exactly.
Kaiji becomes like that because the stakes go up so quickly and they go up so high. You're like, 100 million, yeah, whatever, dude. But in reality, if I got 100 million anything right now, I'd be like, this camera would just poof into a 4K camera. This laptop would poof into a proper full-fledged 3080 desktop right now. So, I mean, it makes you feel like it's a small amount of money because the stakes are just keep rising so quickly. But it's actually a huge amount of money. That's the only exciting part of it, I think. And of course, Kaiji trying to do everything in his power to tilt the odds in his favor. But one thing I dislike about Kaiji is that from the start till the end, both Kaiji and his opponents only win by cheating. Nobody actually gambles properly. Everything is cheating.
Yeah.
Well,
because they can, right? Because there are no rules. So
No, but
like,
here's the thing.
We can cheat.
Here's the thing. There is a character who seems to be extremely proud about the fact that he never has to cheat because he's such a good gambler, because luck's on his side. He feels the thrill of gambling irrespective of the money he has. Either the thrill of destroying a person completely. And he loses to Kaiji at not even like fully. He's like loses like 50% of his total amount that he can bet. And if he wins in one go, Kaiji is literally going to die because these guys just bet with lives. And he's like, I cheat. And Kaiji realizes and he's like, I thought you wouldn't cheat. You literally haven't cheated all this while. We've done so much. You've been like, he's been with this guy for a while, and he's played like different games with him and stuff, and he's never cheated. And this guy's like, what? You never did anything so far. Why would you do this now? And I don't understand why they changed the character like that. I'm not going to talk about who the character is because it's a spoiler, but I don't understand why they would do that because finally and for once. After 5 different parts, 5 different seasons or arcs, as you might call it for Kaiji, you got one arc where they're going to be playing a fair game and then they screw it up by making them cheat. Both of them cheat, and it's just sad. There is still the gambling element of it.
Even
they're still going to
fair
cheat.
Game even be interesting at the end of the day?
The cheating doesn't make it more interesting.
It
the stakes are what make it interesting.
Like
I care more about.
But see, that's the thing, right? If it's just the game alone, then they have to just pad it out by just using those stretching techniques that they were doing for like 5 chapters straight. It's just going to be that only.
They're doing that even with the cheating.
Much of the action came from the preparation.
No, I'm saying they're doing that even with the cheating. So I don't see why there was a difference. The cheating didn't add much.
Yeah, they were doing that anyway.
Cheating. My point exactly, right? Like it's just that then, and it's going to be even worse.
No, but I'm saying the cheating didn't add anything.
No, I was enjoying the manga. Yeah, it didn't make. The thing is, I was enjoying the manga as far as I read, and even the iron beam part, even though they were on the beam for like many chapters, they were on that beam standing and
what
balancing.
feels like years, yes.
But it was still interesting. Where even they were talking about like I won't push you if you won't push me kind of thing, and the guy behind is like, haha, I'm gonna push both of y'all because I don't care. I was like, well, didn't take that into consideration.
This is coming at some point, yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing. There's like a constant battle between people in this, which is so Kaiji represents the good of humanity, and everyone against him represents the worst of humanity. And the worst of humanity always believes that humans are inherently bad, and Kaiji believes humans are inherently good. And it becomes at one whole arc is actually just about that. One guy is like, I will show you that humans are inherently bad, and Kaiji is like, I will show you humans are inherently good, and they both end up proving their points in different ways. But one interesting thing is that the 6th part, right? The 6th part of Kaiji. Spoilers for those of you who don't know.
How many parts are there? The last part or the
current ongoing part is 6.
Okay.
So what happens is, I'm not going to spoil it too much. I'll just give you a basic plot. There is no
because
more,
people will still watch it, so let them read it. Yeah.
There is like no more gambling happening in part 6. It changes structure in a lot of ways. So in part 5, Kaiji basically gets a lot of money with the help of 2 guys, and they are running away from these from the mafia guys, Tei or whatever the name of the gambling this thing is, or the money lenders here. So they're running away from them because they believe that they stole the money while they actually won it fair and square. And these guys are basically escaping from them using different methods. So that's what part 6 is all about. And at one point it becomes like this almost changes into this comedy manga type of thing with like really weird comedy elements. Like, so in one thing, right, they have like this bag full of money and they're trying to hide it.
Yeah.
Okay, and these two guys who they make friends with to help them escape, they're like, yo, what do you have in that bag? And Kaiji's like, no, you can't see it, it's my personal stuff. And this guy's like, oh, you have you have like porn mags in there, huh? And Kaiji's like, yes,
prawn. He means prawn. Sorry.
It is prawn mags. It is not anything else at all. It is prawn mags. And as a man, I want my privacy. And these guys try to open the bag, and Kaiji stops them. So he actually goes out, buys a lot of prawns, and he puts all the mags in the bag, in a similar bag, and lets them look at it. And this guy opens it and sees like he sees some title with a sheep on it, okay, and then he thinks he thinks it's like animal prawn. And,
yes. I see.
And
then
prawn he goes back and his mother is like, oh yeah, this Kaiji took out our dog for a walk, and he's like, what? And then he goes to runs behind him, and Kaiji's like playing with the dog, like, you know, petting him and all that. No. He's like, stop molesting my dog, stop molesting my dog. And I was like, what the hell happened to this manga? We went from gambling to Kaiji molesting a dog? Like, what?
It reminds me of the thing you told me from Golden Kamuy with the guy and the bear.
Yeah, basically.
That you were talking about.
Let's not even talk about Golden Kamuy and the guy with the bear.
Yeah. But yes, that I don't know why. Gag.
And this guy, I don't know. And when Kaiji tells him like, yo, I'm not into animal prawn, and this guy's like, don't lie. I saw the word bitch on a magazine, and Kaiji's like, they call women bitches, you know, that's how the prawn industry works. And this guy's like, oh, the woman is a bitch, not the dog over here. And I was like, oh my god, what the hell is going on? Like, really?
There's a guy who's never seen prawn in his life in the manga.
No, this guy's supposed to be like a prawn appreciator, you know. Him and his friends share all their preferences and share prawn mags, and they buy like surprise prawn mags they think the other person will like and stuff like that. And this guy has never heard the porn industry refer to a human woman as bitch, apparently. Prawn.
Bro is gonna get us banned, but yeah, anyway, thank you.
Isn't that only for like demonetization on YouTube though? I don't think Twitch stops you from saying prawn.
I think much worse has happened.
Let's
not. So we are good.
So we can abuse each other in whatever versions of fuck we want to use, but we can't say prawn.
We can do it in Hindi. No one will know. They don't have roots for Hindi.
Oh my god.
Ashleen video, yes.
Or Japanese, but yeah. Anyways,
Varun, do you know Hindi? Are you from North India or South India? I don't know. South Indians don't know a lot of Hindi like me.
Oh, bro, it's like, yeah, most South Indians that even I've met don't know Hindi at all. So yeah, that is true.
We are elitists. We speak English. We don't speak your local languages.
Yes, we only speak the imperial language.
Yes.
But Varun asked, when is the Jojo episode coming out? Well, I would love to talk about Jojo, but these guys are never going to read it, so.
Audi will.
I love Jojo. I'll talk about Jojo some episode, you know, in detail.
Sure,
what I like, what I don't like.
Sid solo episode. Weeb101.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Feet, or not feet, only Sid from Weeb101. Hey, Audi, how about you watch like anything? 3 and 5 how about anything? You watch anything we tell you to, and instead of jumping to freaking Jojo, like, you know, there are 100 different things we've asked you to watch, and you haven't even touched them.
Audi, watch Jojo. It's cool.
God damn it.
But part 3 and 5 favorite. Part 7 I've heard is really amazing, but it's in the manga. It's not an anime.
Part
so I don't
7.
know.
I thought Stone Ocean was part 6. Oh, that's the anime. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, let's see. I'll be watching Stone Ocean. We'll have some videos on it. And
Will we?
yeah. Yes, we will.
You're gonna be acting out those videos, not me. Weeb101 last take. We said on anime
Opinionated.
content every day.
But yes, yeah, that
Bad
was.
take with Sid.
You guys should read Kaiji if you want. I haven't heard a lot of people talking about Kaiji actually on the internet.
Yeah, it's
So I don't know.
Weirdly,
if
there
it's
is
how many-
there is
if
a
it's
subreddit
popular
called
or people have read.
Kaiji.
What really?
Yeah, which is where I
Oh,
got
that's
this image
great.
from actually.
Are there a lot of members in the?
I didn't
subreddit?
check. I didn't
I
go through the entire subreddit, but
Hmm.
yeah, I learned that there was a subreddit like that. I was like, what the hell?
Hey, what's up, Kaiji fans? If you're watching,
Yeah, watching, yes.
Yeah, well, Kaiji is good. It's just a little dragged out, but it is worth the read.
and also I do like the character designs, but I did notice one thing as far as I've read, except the boss with the weird noses.
Yeah.
All characters have two noses. Either they have the long triangular nose like Kaiji, or they have the ball sack looking nose.
Yeah,
you know,
Yeah,
all of
that's
them
how-
have two types of noses.
That's how it is for the most part. Yes, I agree. There is a lot of.
But that
there
was
is
an
not a lot of,
interesting thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they are going for like a
His
very
drawings
simplistic
also has
character
this weird-
design for everyone, so it makes sense. to
Yeah,
me.
that's why I like it. I like character designs like that. Even when he had the side face, he had like the almost Picasso style this
Yeah.
thing, which was interesting.
Yeah, what were you saying?
Also,
But
this
yes.
weird smile thing going on in his character. Every time he smiled, it was like a full ear-to-ear grin. at that point. Especially the director.
Oh,
It's just- it's
you
just
you
look
guys
creepy
haven't
at a
even
certain
seen
point.
the next guy who comes, who's like the guy who does the mahjong game. His smile is like nightmare
Yeah.
fuel, dude. Holy shit!
I see.
Let me see if I can get a
Wow. Yeah.
image of
Joker
him.
doesn't hold a candle up to these guys. The director, man. The fucking director.
Yeah, you can see Kaiji's picture behind bro. You can see that smile. It's corner to corner, ear to ear, as they say, ear to ear.
No, see that smile is still fine, right? That smile is like a more determined smile. Like he's ready to do something. But these evil guys, when they're like, hey, evil, it's like a smile that goes all the way up to here, and you're just like, oh, very uncomfortable to watch.
Well, I haven't reached that, but yeah, I actually like it. I think I like
Yeah, it
weird
is-
character
Dude, I'm
designs.
telling you, the
So I did enjoy it.
freaking mahjong arc was impossible for me to keep
Impossible to understand. Yeah.
Yeah, he said it went over your
up
head, right?
Impossible.
None
I
of us
couldn't
have ever
understand
been
shit.
influenced. Yeah, none of us have ever experienced mahjong. What the fuck? Where the fuck do we begin with mahjong?
But that's what I'm saying. It is not just understanding mahjong is not enough. You need to.
Yeah, I know they have their own set of rules and whatnot. Like you said,
Yeah,
it's like
But yeah.
full layers of rules that you have
insane.
to
Like,
understand,
what
and then
the
you're like,
hell?
what the hell is mahjong?
Where is our moderator? Where is our Twitch moderator? Huh? We're getting spam comments on our Twitch. Where is our Twitch moderator?
Who is spamming
Moderator.
those comments?
No, we're getting like those shitty advertising comments like, oh, get more followers. Ooh, get
Yeah.
famous.
How
Kind
about
of
you
shit.
get us
We
famous
need to
for free,
fire
huh?
our mod.
Our mod,
Our mod is too busy playing
Dota.
Dota right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to. Interesting mod.
Okay,
But anyways,
I believe my Streamlabs has stopped responding. Hold on.
oh shit, dude!
But
Don't tell me that.
No,
seems to
our
be
stream is running. It's
The
just
stream is still running.
it's just taking an abysmal amount of time.
Don't
Yeah,
touch it. Don't touch it.
Just
Just let it be. Just let it be. Just let it be.
I
Do not mess with it. I know you want to, but do not mess with it. Let
is
it
skipping
run.
frames by any chance?
yeah, we did skip frames a little bit, guys. Look, we can't
Yeah, we did. We are skipping.
we can't afford
frames.
like great laptops. So please, can you guys like
Bear with us.
no, can you guys like get us a freaking
Can you
laptop?
guys-
Oh my god.
Can you guys get us a laptop? Wow, bro.
This is what you resort to now, just straight up begging on the internet.
Hey, it's not begging. It's
This is even begging. I
Adi,
think
you
it's
know.
demanding more like, yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm just
Adi,
gonna-
by the way, do you know why Brew took the editing job from you?
Why?
Because the real reason is if we get some type of funding and we get a new laptop, he's the one who'll get insta of you because the editor needs it.
Hey, that was good. That was like decided
Yes,
even
that
before.
was his ultimate evil plan.
That was decided even
No,
before.
before I
gonna
was like,
get it.
it'll go to Audi because Audi is doing all the editing.
That is a
I was
lie.
like, it'll go to Audi, but now you're like, you're editing.
That is a lie. It was always going to come to me. Here's a picture of this dude. Okay,
Audi
look at this
boy
dude.
took your
Tell me
laptop
it's
from
not
you.
like scary as hell.
Holy shit!
Hey, that
Shit,
is
what the?
that is
hell?
yeah, that is scary, but then there is
So that's like
fine
some
comparison.
Junji Ito shit.
No, that's him being normal, dude. That's him being normal.
Damn.
That's his normal face.
Oh, that's his normal face.
Yeah.
That is a creepy smile like.
I couldn't even. I'm not able to find a decent image of it right now. But
There's a smile
because I
like go
forgot his
all
name.
across and just clip over his mouth or something.
you
It
know what?
reminds me of like the.
I will try
It's more
to.
like the Courage the Cowardly Dog smiles, but not that exaggerated when he goes crazy, but they're normal character smiles. You know his dad. It does remind me of that. But yeah, man, Kaiji cool. Check it out. Oh, this thing, Brew. I want you
Yes.
to watch. Actually, even Audi, you can also watch it. It's not Weeb related, but it's just a cool movie I saw this week. You must have heard about it. It's called Mitchell's versus the Machines. I think Mitchell's versus the Machines. Yeah. It was actually a really fun movie to watch. It's like this family show, so it does have those elements, you know. But it was actually really fun. Brew will really like it. I think Brew will really like it. Actually, the whole concept.
Will I
And
like it
it's
or
pretty
will I
interesting. So it's
will I get
3D.
depressed and hate it? I don't know.
No, you'll actually like it. It's 3D and there with 2D elements for effects and stuff. So it's this pretty cool mixture they have done, which I really enjoyed. But the concept is he will enjoy it, but that's not why. He'll enjoy it because of the story. So it's basically a robot apocalypse, okay? But it's a robot apocalypse where it's AI taking over and controlling robots because internet and screens have become such a big part of people's lives. So this phone AI takes over the world, and there's a lot of like commentary on like social media nowadays and phones and the internet and all that, and there's also a lot of commentary on like philosophy related to that. There's like a Nietzsche reference and everything. Is pretty freaking cool.
Hey, what do you
Yeah,
think?
it's
Huh? You
actually
can
really
just say
fun.
the
I think
word
it's-
Nietzsche and make me like I don't know.
Make you
Yeah.
wet, yes.
How about you guys?
Yes, for
How
those
about
who
you
don't know,
guys?
Nietzsche does make brew wet.
How about you guys? Shut up.
Who is a psychology philosophy buff? Psychology.
Psychology.
I don't know,
Psychology, I'm not
mix up the
sure.
I don't mind a little Freud. Okay, here, look at this. I'm just going to paste it over here because I don't even know how to crop this guy's image. I'm going to put his face right where Sid's face is on the
Oh
screen.
my god.
Look at that.
What the hell?
Yeah, that is creepy. That I like.
This is what he looks like.
That is quite
This is what he
creepy,
looks like
wow.
when
He
things
looks
start
like
going
he's
wrong.
melting.
Yeah.
He looks like he's melting.
There are like
But yes.
there are like even more
Goodness.
crazy faces that he makes. And Miggy says, "What is
Yes.
that nose?" Exactly, Miggy. That is the.
Our
this guy
moderator
creepy.
is late.
Our moderator is a little late to the party. Yes, Miggy Dota is our moderator.
Yes, he's a little late to the party.
I'm iterating that image
Yes.
because I don't want
You
more
have any
nightmares.
complaints? Yes,
But
please. But yeah, that was interesting. Kaiji, but Brew, yeah, you should check out Mitchell's versus the Machines. It's actually fun.
Yes,
I think you'll like it.
I shall.
But if you
They
want
have
to.
like tons of existential crisis between robots and humans and whatnot.
No, not really. It's actually really nice.
Sid, I have one
They make a
question
lot
for
of,
you.
they take shots towards Facebook and Amazon
nice.
a lot.
Sid, I have
It's really fun.
one question for you.
Interesting.
Yes.
Is it philosophical?
It is
Philosophical.
certainly philosophical by the sound of it. Yes.
Lots of philosophical metaphors sprinkled throughout the movie.
Well, I love me a little bit of Nietzsche.
Yeah, I think you like it. You should watch it.
Weeb101
Even though like
podcast,
it does have a
philosophy
lot
coming
of
up soon.
it does have a lot of family like animation tropes, where it's for kids and adults. Like, kind of like Zootopia and stuff, but it's a really good watch. I'd
Funny
say.
you should mention Zootopia a little while after we talk about Animal Prawns.
Yes.
Zootopia is a cool film. I enjoyed it.
You have not seen Zootopia on the internet, have you?
No, I only watched the film. And
I
I'm
will
done.
send you a couple of links that I shall go into 4chan to find.
No, thank you so much. Remind me to block Brew everywhere, Audi, after this podcast.
You'll have to block Audi and Miggy as well
But,
because they'll all send you 4chan
think-
Animal Prawn. Okay, we are on a
Block
list
Brew means
for
block
Raw to
everyone
find
who's
us.
associated. Yes. I'm gonna block everyone who's associated with Brew. That
Hey, you
means
can't block Varun.
Vicky,
Varun,
you,
message
everyone.
said with Animal Prawn, please.
Come at me, Varun. I don't think Varun wants that either for himself. But
Yeah, I
anyways,
think Varun will just be out of it.
Kaiji was
I just
fun.
hope Varun didn't
Yes.
get out of the podcast the minute he started listening to Animal Prawn while coding, and that's not.
Brew.
Yes.
Since I've seen like the Tokyo Ghoul anime, I've seen the first season, and you've started reading it, right?
Yeah.
You know what I feel about it. So, what are your initial thoughts? Because people love Tokyo Ghoul.
Initial thoughts, it doesn't seem too bad. At least what I've read so far. It's starting to give out an interesting take, actually. What I've noticed is the newer manga and anime are a lot more sympathetic towards the villain than the older ones are. It's kind of like with Endgame and Infinity War, how people felt like Thanos was relatable because they felt like he made a fair point. It's kind of like anime villains are becoming more relatable and more likable than they were in previous
Giving
manga and anime that
That
we've seen.
is-
more sympathetic.
Yeah, that is true. That is happening. But as far as I've seen, Tokyo Ghoul doesn't really have a villain yet per se.
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? It doesn't have a villain because they're always talking up. Like even now, I'm like some 12 chapters or something into it, and it's already like
How many?
12
How
or
many?
something. And
Oh, 12. Okay.
yeah, 12 or 15 or something like that. But basically, it's already starting to build up this neither side is right, both sides have faults, both sides have monsters type of storyline,
Yeah, that's true.
which it just feels like an industry shift when it comes to manga and anime because we no longer have like straightforward villains, which I kind of miss a little bit,
Yeah,
to be
but
honest.
you do. No, the thing is, even before when there were like, if we're only talking about anime and manga, right? Like
Yeah, yeah.
anime specific, or let's take both. Yeah,
Yeah, let's
only
take
in that world, I think even previously there are I would say there are still villains. There are villains, of course, who are evil for the sake of being evil. You know, like the hero's journey kind. They just make them in most. But there are also villains that they don't say outright that they are like good, but if you understand, if you look into them, you'll be like, okay, they're not really evil, it's just their perspective.
Any
like that's-
examples?
But like Nagato, for example.
No, but
Or
Right.
like you said,
see,
Thanos.
the thing with Naruto villains in particular is that half of them were converted by Naruto's talk no jutsu. So it's not particularly like that. Like they have a point of view that is, that is like relatable. It's just that they are evil, and then Naruto's like, hey, maybe don't be evil. Like maybe try that, and they're like, oh, I can try that. Damn, I never thought of that. And they're like, yeah, I'll try. I'll be good now. But if you look at someone like
Yeah, but they weren't be evil because they thought they were being evil, right? Because he thought, oh, this is my way of
all the
like, doing
Naruto villains
things and
definitely
making it
knew they
right.
were evil. They definitely knew
No,
what
I'm
they were
not
doing
talking
was
about
wrong.
all of them. No, but this thing. But he thought it's his way to make things right Nagato. That's why.
Yeah,
he was
but
doing
he
it.
still knew what he
He's
was
like, this
doing
is
was
how I
wrong.
can fix it.
He just had a god complex, and he
Then he's
knew
like,
that.
oh no, you can fix it the other way. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like all of Naruto's villains are extremely self-aware. Okay, I'll give them that. Kishimoto made extremely self-aware villains. Like Naruto's like, hey
Yeah,
Nagato, you know you're
exactly.
doing like bad shit, right? And Nagato's like, yeah, so of course I'm doing bad shit, dude. What are you doing, huh? And Naruto's like, shit, what am I doing? And then he talks him out of it. But if you look at like Madara and Kaguya and all that, they just don't give a shit. They're just like, I will screw
Oh yeah, they don't give
everyone
a
over.
shit. No, they definitely don't care.
Yeah, like if you-
no, they definitely don't give a shit.
Like this is another discussion we've had before, which is like in Avatar: The Last Airbender, you have Ozai who literally just wants to rule the world, and then you have
Yeah, he
you have
does. He
freaking
does. That's true.
Korra, where each and every one is like, oh, I stand for the unity of the people. Like that's cool. Okay, I'm not saying it's like a bad thing that your villain is more complex and can be
More.
this thing to the viewers. God damn it! What happened to the good old villains who are just villains for the sake of being villains? Like look at Doofenshmirtz from Phineas and Ferb.
Yes, oh, god damn.
Like come on, dude, that's an iconic villain, okay?
The relation, holy shit.
No, but think about it, that's an iconic villain, okay? He literally just does bad shit for doing bad shit. He's like, ha ha ha, I can do
That
it.
is true.
Like
Shrinkinator.
the poster child of villain.
Yeah, like dude, some
But
people
even-
just want to
even
watch the
nowadays,
world burn, as
like,
another villain said.
But even now, like if you're saying nowadays, even Boku, like All for One is just evil for the sake of being evil. He has no good purpose in him, right?
No, but the thing is, All for One also is like this person who desperately wanted knowledge and wanted to elongate his life and thus became evil in the pursuit of such. So there's like a long-winded explanation and justification for each villain's path to evil.
He's still doing. Yeah, he still knows he's doing bad shit.
Yeah, like,
So,
but then
he's
again,
like, oh yeah, I'm still
yeah,
doing
but
bad
then
shit.
again,
yeah.
I think Boku is forgiven because like Boku has a lot of those stereotypes. So yeah, what you say does make sense. Boku does
it's
have like a
basically
evil villain.
Yeah.
But even there, they're like, you heroes are trampling upon us, non-hero people, non-quirk people, and that's what causes the friction also. And then other people get quirks because of All for One, and then they start revolting and all that. Like, dude, like Avatar had,
That's like the
had
Korra
such a good
first
way.
season, basically.
Yeah, basically, Avatar, the Last Airbender had such a good way to make the villain seem like a piece of shit, but making the people under the villain still seem like humans, Like the Fire
that pretty
Nation
well.
itself was not guilty. Most of the citizens were ordinary people. The ruler and the army
It
were
was only
what
Ozai.
took joy in killing and conquering.
And like people love Zuko, in the
Yeah,
end,
of
even
course.
though they did show every side of Zuko actually
Yeah.
throughout Avatar. So you have seen his bad
Constant
side, his good
progression from
side,
being bad
his
to good.
misunderstood side,
But I
and
must say,
everything,
the
so-
Last Airbender is unfair to use as a comparison because it's like a masterpiece. Okay, that's like that
Yes.
has like the best characters, by a long shot. Compared
Last
to any of this
Airbender is
anime.
a treat. Yeah, anytime it's a treat to watch.
Yeah, don't get
Oh,
me
it's
wrong. I'm
fun.
not hating on new age anime because it doesn't have a clear cut villain. I appreciate good character development, but sometimes
that's
I
a
just
good
want
thing.
an evil guy. I just want an evil guy.
I see.
Like that's the whole
I
fantasy
I don't
element
mind,
of it. Like
I don't mind villains who are good though, because I like the concept of not being evil and being like just doing something different that you like. Basically, I like the concept of different perspectives, kind of.
Yeah,
thing
I
between
agree.
good and
I
evil.
agree. It's a good thing, but then like it seems like first all the villains were just evil, and then there became this shift into villains becoming more complex, and now every villain is like insanely complex with like insane backstories and like insane ideologies and philosophies. Like why can't we have a mix? Like dude, some people can just be evil because they have the power to be evil. Like,
Well,
that-
it is
that's what
certainly a more realistic approach.
Yeah, that's what gets your fantasy juices flowing. Like, look at something like freaking. Even take Konosuba, dude. Like, Konosuba has the Demon King, who's just, like, you don't even know who the guy is. You just know that he's evil. And that's like a perfect fantasy setting where it's like a simple story, not too much complexity. Everyone will understand it. Everyone will like it. And you can add in whatever element you want the most. Like, these guys added humor, but you can add something else. You can add like more fantasy elements to it. You can add magic or something like that. But then the more and more you complicate your villains, the more and more. I appreciate it, but I just feel like there are also like simple stories added into the mix because maybe it's just nostalgia. Like I just want like Goku is the good guy, Frieza is the bad guy, beat him up. Maybe it's just like nostalgia at the end of the day, but I just want to relive
Maybe
that.
it is for you, yeah. Because I was thinking about it. Most manga I read now is like not shonen. I would say, the kind of manga I like and read
Yeah.
nowadays is very it's not shonen. So for me, I'm like villain. The manga really doesn't really have a villain. It's just like a story about this
Yeah.
guy. So I couldn't really think of anything. But yeah, I do because like as a kid, like when I first watched and read One Piece, like One Piece was my favorite show of all time, right? Like I had the best experience reading it.
Yeah.
But then later on, I had a better experience reading Ippo. Ippo became like the best experience for me reading manga. Like it blew my freaking mind. I absolutely love Ippo, right? And I slowly started
even with Ippo
drifting
and-
away from that.
Even with Ippo and this thing, Ippo and One Piece, they have a kind of like a progression of the big bad and then
Ippo doesn't really have a
Ippo doesn't have a big bad at
though.
all. Yeah.
Ippo doesn't have a big
Yeah,
bad,
it
but
Ippo is all about
Yeah, it's
friendly
kind of like-
competition.
like
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of like friendly competition, obviously, but then it's like you see Mashiba in a bad light when you first see him, and then later on you see his progression as well, and then you're like, oh, okay, Mashiba is also a good character.
Okay, let's be honest. Masiba
It's
is a
kinda
piece
like
of
that.
shit through and through. He literally lives on
he
bloodlust.
is a piece of shit, but he has a very unique
Mashiba and
character.
the
You
Mashiba
can't
and the
blame
other
him.
guy who hits Mashiba's sister.
Hey,
and almost
Mashiba's cool.
hurts her. Mashiba's a piece of shit.
Mashiba's sister. Oh, I remember him, the villain
Kumi,
dude, yeah.
who almost
the
hits
guy,
Kumi.
the thug. I remember him. Yeah.
Sawamura, I think, is his name, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly.
I don't remember his
Yeah,
name.
he
but,
Why do you say
he
yeah
got
then?
retired by Mashiba.
Yeah.
He was like this biker
What?
dude, right? He
Yeah,
got
yeah.
injured in
He
an
didn't get. He
accident
didn't
or
get.
something.
He didn't retire because of Mashiba. He won against Mashiba because Mashiba almost killed him and he was disqualified. And then he's on
Yeah.
a bike and he gets into an accident and he's
Mhm,
permanently screwed
Yeah.
over because of it. But yeah, like
Yeah.
like One Piece, I think does
Yes,
a
I
very
remember.
very good this thing of the mixture because
Oh, Amura, that's
Yeah.
the name. Yeah.
so One Piece you have like these. That's why I like One Piece. Maybe that's like a secret reason which I never figured out until now. But One Piece has like this insanely complex villains. If you look at someone like Bellamy, who's like desperate to just get attention from his own master to prove himself, and he has to go through the worst situations ever and go into a fight knowing he's going to like potentially die just to get some praise. Or someone like even if you look at someone like Arlong, who has seen discrimination all his life and he decides to rise
Yeah,
up against
yeah.
the humans but becomes the very oppressor that he wanted to beat in
Exactly.
the first place. And then you have some dudes like Kaido who are like, I'm going to get drunk and beat the shit out of you. Fuck you.
Yeah, he does really
Yeah.
sprinkle in all the variety. It's amazing.
Yeah. And there's
And
just
it is
some
well
assholes in
balanced,
One Piece,
isn't
dude. There's just like some freaking assholes in One Piece who are evil pieces of shit for fun. Like, look at Enel.
Yeah,
Enel doesn't have a tragic
Crocodile.
backstory. Enel's not a complex character.
Even this guy, dude, Doflamingo.
Crocodile.
No, hey, Doflamingo still is
He
like
doesn't
Doflamingo
care.
has a shit ton of trauma behind him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
but-
has a terrible backstory.
Yeah, but he's still
someone
evil
like
for the sake of
Crocodile
being
is
evil.
Purely evil.
Yeah, Crocodile. Look at Crocodile.
Well,
Crocodile is like,
later
fuck
on
you.
he is.
I
Crocodile-
tried to go to the new world and I suffered for it. Now I'm going to come back to Grand Line and beat these bitches up. And Luffy's like, hey, why are you beating these
Remember
bitches up?
Crocodile's
Crocodile's like, I want to
backstory
beat
has been
bitches
so
up.
long.
Crocodile doesn't have a backstory, basically. He's just evil for
Yeah,
the sake of it. Like,
Give it like
Crocodile
another
was-
few chapters, we'll find out.
he's like, I'm going to create an organization that eats up newbies who come into the Grand Line just to increase my own profits. And everyone's like, yo, why the fuck are you doing this? He's like, yo, I want power. Fuck you. What's your problem? And you're like, damn, this guy's an asshole, dude. He's just an evil guy. Luffy, kick his ass. But then when you have like Bellamy, you're like, holy shit, man. Okay, see, he's an
Bellamy
asshole.
is cool. Yeah,
He's an
yeah.
asshole, but he's like suffering right now. He's literally crying, rushing into battle with Luffy, knowing he's going to lose. So I feel bad.
Yeah.
They also have really fun villains like Buggy.
Yeah. Like, look at Buggy.
does a
Buggy's
good
an
job of-
He's
asshole,
really cool.
but he's also complex.
but he's amazing.
But he's also evil. But he's also a piece of shit who's like weak. So
Yeah.
it's just like an insane character. But
But
Oda
he's
is
a
just
he's a likable asshole
Yeah,
because
no.
of the way he's an asshole.
Oda is just like mixed in all elements that he can. It's like simple, complex.
Yeah.
Everything is just there together.
Not just simple and complex, but then he shows like a progression. Like in the beginning, if we saw Bellamy just for what he was, then we'd think, Bellamy's a piece of shit. But then later on in the Dressrosa arc, you're like, okay, he had a reason all along. So
No, he
he's
was a
still
piece of
bad,
shit. He
but
was a
then
piece
he's
of shit
being-
initially.
He's still a
He
piece
had
of
a
shit,
reason
yeah.
only in the Dressrosa arc, not before. Before he was just a
Yeah.
pure asshole.
Pure ass.
Used to be like Luffy fight me, and then he used to get one-shotted, and he
No,
used to be like Luffy one-shot.
He didn't even be like Luffy fight me. He was like, ha ha ha, this weakling gonna die. And then the wanted poster
Yeah.
flies into somebody's face and they're like, oops, Bellamy. Bye bye.
I think you're done goofed.
Yeah.
He used to like bounce around and
Yeah.
then out, like
Yeah.
Team Rocket out.
That is
most
a
powerful
beautiful
move and then-
page though. Like he bouncing and Luffy's just standing there. And
Yeah.
then one punch with like
Yeah,
this whole
yeah.
hand imprinted into his fucking jaw. Oh man. Oda man. See, this is
That
like
was
the
a
reason I
very
love this
obvious thing to do.
guy. Yeah,
Yeah, it's really fun actually.
like
One
like
Piece
while I
development
really
manga.
appreciate
Check it out.
realistic stories, while I appreciate a lot of the heavier symbolism and meaning behind things, something about a basic fantasy plot just is like so cool.
Gets him wet.
Yeah, basically gets me. I don't know. I don't even know if I can say words that are approved by Twitch for this, but it's just beautiful. That's
Gets
like
your loins
something.
roiling.
Yeah,
if
something
you-
that is something that captures every fantasy element, like a nice villain, a nice hero, a nice power mechanic, an artifact of some kind, a world that has set rules. Beautiful. I love it immediately. That's also why I like Solo Leveling. Solo Leveling has a very clear-cut set of rules.
Yeah.
Okay, it has a clear-cut hero. It has a clear-cut method of finding out who your villains are. Beautiful fantasy world. Like fantasy at its base is titulating.
But that's, I don't know, but there must be something different because see, I don't like a lot of fantasy nowadays, but the fantasy that I still do like is like One Piece. I don't know if I like it because I saw it when I was a kid, or even if I'm reading right now, I freaking love Wano. So
Yeah,
One Piece and one is Lord of the Rings.
We
Lord
didn't
of the
like
Rings.
Naruto when it went down the drain.
Yeah.
Are you freaking kidding me? Lord of the
Yeah.
Rings is it's a fucking classic. You can't compare that to
Yeah,
anything.
that's what I'm saying.
Like
So-
idiots who
No,
compare
I'm
Lord of
just
the Rings
talking
and
about the
Game of Thrones,
fantasy
for
that I
example,
still
are
love.
just like insane.
Even Game of Thrones, I do love it, but because of the ending, I'm kind of like mixed about it. But Lord of the Rings is like
Game of
out
Thrones
there,
doesn't
like,
hold
it's like
a
the
candle
best fantasy
to Lord of
ever.
the Rings, you know.
No way, yeah, it doesn't even
It
get
doesn't hold a
close.
candle, but it did do a good job for like a good
Yeah, but
amount
you
of
know
time.
what Lord of the Rings did and is still doing.
Yeah.
it's like all three movies, perfect.
All
I
six
still watch
movies.
it
I
again
liked
and
I
I'm like,
liked the
so
Hobbit series
beautiful.
as well. Okay, God damn, Martin Freeman did a
Yeah, I
beautiful
love
job.
the Hobbit series
it
too.
was, that was also good.
Yeah,
I'm
the Hobbit
surprised Sid
series
likes
is
the
so
Hobbit
much
series
fun.
with the number of
See, and-
spiders that are crawling around everywhere.
Yeah, that was hard to watch, but
Wasn't that
that
just
is
the Lord of
like
the Rings?
for me amazing, adventurous like fantasy. I felt that with this. I felt that with One Piece. But with the things nowadays, I don't feel that. You know, like even what like I didn't feel that with like this thing, Seven Deadly Sins, for example. You know, I didn't feel those with these fantasy mangas that are coming out nowadays. That I feel when I see One Piece. You know, the adventurous. You know,
Yeah.
like I'm going on an adventure with these characters and exploring things. I don't get that feeling anymore. I
Yeah,
don't know
the
why.
thing is like the earlier formula used to be hero, bad guy, fight, end. But now the formula has changed and people are trying to set themselves apart in any way possible, which is backfiring badly because you can be unique, but if your story is still trash, it's still going to be like, irrespective of how unique it is, you're going to be a unique piece of trash, but you'll still be trash. In fact,
Yes.
the more unique you are and the more trash you are at the same time, you're going to be remembered extra for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like a
Mm.
Occam's razor thing, right? Just
And-
the simplest solution is to just keep it simple. One bad guy, one good guy.
no, I'm not even saying
One
like
bad
that's what
side
you
and
should do.
one good side.
But I'm saying like if you look at something like Attack on Titan, which started bringing so much
Oh, I was
complexity.
just gonna say Attack on Titan.
Yeah, like they brought in
But
so
yes.
much complexity. The rules were constantly being changed, and you had to constantly keep updated. After a point, Attack on Titan became this elitist thing where people were like, you know what? If you don't understand Attack on Titan, why do you even bother
Yeah.
reading manga? I'm like, dude, fuck you. It's for everybody. You don't get to decide who it's for. if I read it and I understand something basic and I want to watch Titans beat the shit out of each other, I have every right to do so. Fuck you. And then it went to
Yeah,
the
but
point
that's
where
the-
fans were like, oh, Isayama, you have to write something genius at the end. You know, I see what you've done all this while. Like, yo, chill out. He's not a genius if you
No, but that's
if you
with
put that
anything,
much pressure
right?
on him.
That's like basically like they're gatekeeping. They're like you have to like it or you're not allowed to. You know. either you appreciate it or you.
No, it's not
get
about
out,
appreciating. Like,
basically
if
what
you
they-
have to understand it the way I understand it, well, they might have not understood shit at all. That's the
like Rick and Morty.
yeah,
They're like
it's
too
exactly
high
like
IQ.
Rick and Morty.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
fan base is disgusting.
Yeah.
Like they have
Yeah,
the
Rick and
weirdest,
It
shittiest
got
fans.
so boring later on. Also, my God. Yeah, they do have the shitties.
In fact, Attack on Titan fans are so bad that there's a fan-made ending being worked on. Okay, people are actually drawing out everything
They're
as
still
best as they
working on
can.
that?
Yeah, Attack on Titan Requiem. It's
Oh,
called.
wow.
Okay, by the way, if you
Dude,
guys
yeah.
haven't heard of it, you can check it out. It's really cool. They want to do a fan-made ending for Attack on Titan for those who are unhappy with the actual ending. And the Attack on Titan subreddit, right, the main subreddit, shits on this project and actually goes as far as to insult other subreddits which promote it, because they're like Isayama's
Well, that's
ending is
good.
the best
Yeah.
ending. I'm like, what the shit? It's a freaking fan project, dude. Calm your tits. Like, nobody's gonna take away your ending. Let it be. They're like, no, it's perfect.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah.
understand the ending, bro. I'm like, dude, chill. Even if I didn't understand it and I want a different ending, that's cool. It's not up
Yeah,
to
it's a
you to
fan
decide.
project.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's people do like it's cool. Like even the fan project for Avatar and stuff. That's so cool, right? And that
Yeah,
community
exactly.
appreciates stuff like this.
Avatar
Right?
community
is
beautiful, loves
becoming
that
an
shit.
actual thing now.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's a
Now-
very good
now
community.
There's a whole universe being created around it because
Yeah, like the Avatar
amount
community
of
Exactly.
put into it.
The Avatar community, I think the biggest problem the Avatar community has, which I'm probably a part of, is that there are people who hype the shit out of Korra and pretend like it's much better than the Last Airbender. Last Airbender is better. Fight me. That's the only fight that the Avatar community has. Okay, any outsider comes in and
Oh,
is like
yeah, of
Avatar
course.
is shit. They're like, dude, fuck off. We're not even going to bother talking to you. If you don't, you
Yeah.
probably haven't even watched it properly, so I don't really give a shit
Just
about your
watch
opinion.
it. Yeah, just watch it. Yeah.
Like both Avatar,
Yeah,
The
dude,
Last
it's like one of
Airbender
those
and
classic
Legend of
shows you
Korra are
need to
really
watch.
good. Yeah. Like if Legend of Korra is much better than a lot of anime out there, but I wouldn't rate it as high as The Last Airbender.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Last Airbender,
No,
yeah.
Legend of Korra is much better than a lot of anime. That's true, actually. Yeah, I won't argue against that.
Yeah, and like that's the
They're
thing.
good shows,
Even in
and
even in The
yeah,
Last
we would
Airbender,
like to see more from that world.
yeah, even though The Last Airbender had a very simplistic overall plot, they added so much complexity to everything except Ozai, which
Dude, it's
I
just-
actually liked.
Another, yeah. Oh my God, Avatar is beautiful.
Yeah, like Ozai
I
didn't
just
have like a tragic
get
backstory.
nostalgia.
His dad was just an asshole and he became an asshole as well. That's pretty much it. Genetically an asshole.
Yeah.
And Zuko fought against his genetic assholeness and made it a little better for everybody. And Korra pumped up the complexity and the simplicity started becoming it took a back foot. And because of that, Korra's world itself became extremely complex, with the spirit world coming in, the first avatar coming in, and then Unalaq coming in, and this
Yeah,
dude
the
coming in, and
world-
that dude coming in, and then everybody getting powers, and it just became mess. I think that is what opens loopholes. Like the desperation to make something so complex creates so many loopholes that you can't really explain yourself.
Yeah,
out
that
of.
does happen. Yeah, because you're right, Avatar, it was pretty simple, but you still, you wanted to follow the characters, you wanted to see what happens to Aang, like Zuko, Toph, like Katara. These are such like amazing characters, right? And
Yeah.
like, where are they going now? They're in this new city. They're meeting these new, it's like, Aang is learning and using new moves, and then the first time you see Toph is so exciting, right?
Yeah.
In the match, because she shows off all her skills. Like,
Yeah.
it's such cool moments, dude. Even
Yeah.
like when Toph is stuck and she does like this thing, metal bending for the first
Yeah,
time
oh my
and stuff
God.
like that.
That is
So amazing,
You're
dude. I
never gonna
love
forget
those
that
scenes.
scene.
I'm sorry, but Toph MVP of Airbender.
Yep.
Takes the rocks inside the metal.
But yes.
No, but again, Avatar is a very
Amazing.
simple story with like, and the
It's
things
so-
that make it complex are not things that you
Such
can point out immediately. You have to think
Yeah,
about
exactly.
it.
Exactly. Yeah, and it has so many cool, even in the end, like the dragon dances
Yeah.
stuff. These are such cool moments, right? That you're like, holy
Insanely
shit,
cool moments.
watching something amazing.
Yeah.
Mm.
And for Korra, you need like a freaking, I don't know, you need an economics major and a political science major sitting next to you being like, so this is why this guy's ideology doesn't work. You see, communism is not the way to go. Anarchy is bad. I'm like, dude, I can't think this much. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah. The thing is, Airbender is like it's a show. Kids will also enjoy, and like adults will also enjoy.
Yeah.
Like adults will see more meaning, and kids will also enjoy the basic storyline that they watch, right?
Yeah.
But Korra, I don't think kids will even understand Korra enough. You
No,
know?
the kids will just understand that it's people fighting, but they won't understand the
Yeah.
complexity behind it. Which
Yeah, exactly. They won't
As far
understand
as,
the
as far as
complexity.
flashy abilities go, I think kids will be like, hey, funny, cool, nice, it looks nice. But then, yeah, there is no understanding to it.
Yeah, because the thing is like you
it'll
you
be
can't really explain concepts like anarchy and like communism and stuff like that to kids. But One Piece, for example, has
Yeah,
slavery in it. It has like it has like a borderline like sexual harassment and rape in it, which is like very touchy subjects.
It does.
To explain to kids, but he explains it in a way that when you think about it as an adult, you're like, holy shit, that is messed up. What the fuck is happening here? But as a kid, you're
That
like,
is true.
that
Yeah.
that does not seem good. That seems bad. And the kid just
Yeah.
goes on watching. You get the message across, but you still don't overwhelm the kid by making them think so much about it, which makes shows like these a very good like all-purpose, all ages show. You know, like even if you see Cowboy Bebop, I think that's another very good example of an all ages show, because you have like these.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
You have these action scenes where you're like, oh, you know, a younger audience are going to be like, oh. But I'm sure if I was a 14-year-old who
cool,
watched
dude.
Cowboy Bebop, I wouldn't understand shit about the intricacies and the complexities behind it. But as an adult, I'm like, whoa, it's really,
Yeah.
whoa.
Definitely. And also, as an adult, action also, you're like a kid, you're like, holy shit, this is so cool.
Yeah.
When you see the action.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are some things these shows do very well.
Yeah, but that's
But
I think
I
back
think
to
that's what makes it different.
yeah, but back to Kaiji though. I think
But
that's another problem with it,
No.
because they try to make it so insanely complex that at some point they're like, how do I get out of this situation? How do I end it? And this dude was just like, I make everyone cheat. Fuck it, you know. If I add in that extra aspect of cheating, I get like a whole extra, you know, this much room to play around with.
Unlimited options.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Maybe.
it's very
maybe
annoying
that
because
is-
cheating manga than it is a gambling manga. If you
But dude, the games are long. Like
Yeah,
that
really
rock
long.
paper scissors game went on for ages because
Yeah.
it's like, you know, like twist after twist after twist
Yeah.
after twist.
Yeah.
Even in the end, after that, oh, there's another twist. You know, it doesn't end.
It's like one of those poker tournaments. It just goes on for like hours on end, and then they take one break, and then it goes on for another 4 hours after that.
Yeah, that's true. By
You
the
just have
way,
to have a lot of patience with the manga if you really want to appreciate it. But
yeah.
if you don't have a penchant for the amount of shit it pads out, you have to just like skip past it and just kind of make sure you progress through it.
Yeah, the thing is, I've never played poker with money since I've always played with like,
You
you know,
poor
coins
shit.
and chips and like, you know. Huh?
you poor shit.
What?
Or do you remember the time we used to play poker with money and we used to get like 10 whole rupees on it?
Dude.
Oh wow, you guys! I never played with money. I
We
used
literally
to
played
play
once
poker
with
another
money and
deck
we
of
had a max
cards.
bet of 5
Yeah,
rupees.
we played once.
5 rupees for those Americans
And
is
even there we
like,
somehow managed
what,
to end
like
up
2
fighting.
cents, 3 cents?
Hey, I've never played poker with you guys, right?
No. But
Damn.
you
I
see,
think
I have
we
I have
have
I have
played
read
three
Kaiji, so you really don't want to be playing poker against me right now?
You don't know how average I am at
Gaura for
poker.
this. Gaura comes, we will all lose them.
Yeah, okay, my brother is
Hey, you
like
don't know that?
insane at poker, okay? He's a fucking, I don't know, I hate him. I hate his guts while he plays
How
poker.
can
He
you
has
be
a golden
insane?
hand.
What do you
Dude,
mean?
See, the thing is
No,
like
just
he
like his luck?
either gets really lucky or he plays his bad hand like with a really strong poker face, and you're like he can't have possibly gotten this card right, and you're like, fuck it, I'll go all in, and then he's like ha ha ha, and he just screws you over. Or when you expect to win, he folds and fucks over your entire hand.
Yeah, we
Dude,
ended up playing like
I-
10, 11 games over the course of a week,
Mm-hmm.
and he won most of them.
Yeah.
He flat out won most of them, and even this is after us having a good set of cards, good amount of money on our hands. he'd just be like piss poor with like a couple of coins on his side. He'd just be sitting there like, I have nothing. And then 5 minutes later, he just has literally everyone's pot on his side.
Yeah,
and
that
I was
was
wondering like, when the hell did this happen?
the initial thing that Audie said was me at the end of every game, because every game I was sitting with like zero money and I was like, oh fuck, I have nothing. Shit, I lost.
But
don't gamble, kids.
He has like, the thing is, why would you think he has like a good hand or he doesn't? Because when I'm playing poker with people, I'm always suspicious. I'm like, everyone has a good hand or everyone is lying. I never trust people's poker face or not poker face. I'm like, oh, he's smiling because but I would, even if Gaurav had like a bad hand or he was pretending, I'd be like, yeah, maybe he has a good hand, maybe he has a bad hand.
But that's the thing. If you always assume that the person has a good hand, then you'll never be able to play the game properly. Which is why you're average at poker,
I don't assume that he has any hand. I don't know about legit poker. I always assume that
you just have to assume that Gaura does better than everyone else, because every time he plays, he just manages to win one way or the other. And when he wins, he will win so badly.
After reading Kaiji, does he cheat? Does Gaura just cheat every time?
Maybe he does.
I'm telling you, he has like a card up his sleeve. Even if he wears like
has another
shirt
deck,
like this, he has like a card over here somewhere in his skin. He just pulls it out like.
Wait, are you using his card deck to play poker? That's important.
No.
Also, I guarantee that he had no way of cheating, because after every game he would take the cards and throw them at me like shuriken, and then all the cards would get messed up, and we would lose half the cards, and all of us would be searching for it. So I'm pretty sure he didn't hide any cards. He's not. He's more of a child than a mastermind in that way.
I see. So it's just luck, huh? He's just lucky.
Your luck.
No, so Kaiji has like one thing that which I think Code Geass and Death Note also suffer from. Like both of them are like really good series. I really love them. Death Note is my favorite, but the one thing about both is that every situation is ideal for the character who's winning. Okay, especially with Code Geass because this dude Lelouch like literally pre-records videos predicting what his opponent is going to say. If I were him, I would just say some random shit to throw him off, you know. I'd be like, yo, titties, and he'd be like, yes, so that's exactly what I meant. I'm like, interesting. Why did he say that? Okay, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but I'm not saying I'm going to do it because I'm smart. I'm not saying I'm going to throw him off because I'm smart. I'm going to throw him off because I'm a dumbass. Okay, he's going to be saying something, and I'm going to be like, bitch, what you say? And he's going to continue speaking. I'm like, huh? Why did he ignore me? Okay, let me try again. Bitch, what you say? And he just talks again. I'm like, huh? He's not saying. Is this like a video?
Wait a second. Excuse me.
Yeah, and he's just like, I am Lelouch, I will win. I'm like, yo, can you listen to me? And he's like, ha. And then I'm like, okay, you know what? This dude's not listening to me. He's like, yes, that's exactly what I meant. And I'm like, interesting. But it's like an ideal situation everywhere. And it's the same thing here. Okay, Kaiji is like, they will cheat on this hand because I know they are cheating. They will do this. Cheat in this hand. I shall also cheat and I will win. I'm like, dude, you know what? You know how many fucking hands, how many stars have to like align themselves to get you that one result over there? You should have been screwed over 20,000 times more by now.
Yeah, but that's how I think most of these mangas are that are like this solving mystery adventure thing. They do get lucky in many situations, right? To figure out something.
Dude, luck is like an understatement. Luck is a freaking understatement. It's like absolute frame perfect replies Lelouch gives to people.
Yeah. Otherwise, the story wouldn't go really far if it wasn't that way, you know.
But look at our conversation, right? Like we are literally talking to each other on Discord right now, and there's so many times where one of us starts talking and the other one stops and we're like, what? Imagine if someone couldn't hear Lelouch or understand something. Like, Lelouch, what did you say? And he just continues talking. Like, hey, Lelouch, couldn't hear you. Could you repeat that, please?
Dude, and also if he was in India, he'd be buffering after a while and like lagging and be like, interesting. Which net are you using?
I'll be like, hello, Lelouch, yes, could you like reconnect to this call? Fun. Excuse me.
Yeah.
It would be.
I'd be like, man, Lelouch is talking a lot. Let's just server mute him, dude. We're done with him. He's not listening to us.
Basically. And it's weird, right? And you also notice how in Code Geass he manages to play videos everywhere and nobody really notices any UI of any kind anywhere. It's like there's no call UI. There's not even a video playing UI. It's all full screen, all F11 all the time.
He's hidden it. He's hidden it. Yeah, he's hidden all that stuff.
Lelouch is actually
He knows
master
some
Linux user.
HTML.
He's a Linux user,
he's like,
you know.
ooh,
He uses like a
hide play bar, autoplay. Yes.
Hey, Varun's going to judge the shit out of us right now because he's like, oh my god, these weebs trying to talk about Linux. Ugh.
Yeah, what do they know?
If he is still here, that is.
Varun, I use Arch, by the way.
Still here.
You should get that meme, Varun. I use
Arch
Arch, by
Linux.
the way. Yeah. It's apparently people
Oh
who
my
use
God,
Arch
these-
keep talking about
these
it all the time.
weebs.
And keep
I see.
showing off about it. You know, it's like the joke they
Sure,
tell about
yeah.
vegans. Like, how do you know if someone's a vegan? They'll tell you.
Yeah, I
they
was
say the
just
same
gonna
joke
say
with
that.
like
I was
Arch
gonna say they're
users.
like vegans.
So Arch
Yes,
Linux
they're like
users are like,
vegans,
yes, I use
basically.
Arch Linux.
I use Arch. Look at me.
You know what? You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna like install Linux on my system so that we can run this stream without too many problems. My God, my laptop's like dying with Windows and
Or run
Streamlabs
it
and
with
everything.
more problems.
Works. Yes, that
But yeah, we
that is a
do need
possibility. I probably won't get drivers
do
for
need to
half the things
upgrade.
I've put in here. Yes.
Yeah, you probably.
Maybe Varun could help you out with it.
Yeah.
Bro, Varun left the chat already.
But yeah, okay. I think
You need to close it.
I think we can wrap it up now. We are at 3 viewers on YouTube and 5 viewers on Twitch, if I'm not wrong. Mickey is one of the viewers
We
on Twitch,
were-
so 4 viewers on Twitch then.
We were at 5 on YouTube and 6 on Twitch at one point. I think that was our peak. So thank you for whoever
Yes, thank you.
joined us.
Thank you
11
for joining
viewers
us
then,
in the
hopefully.
past,
Thanks.
and thank you for listening to us right now. Please report this freaking bot that's asking us if we want to become famous. We aren't going to buy followers or
Don't.
likes.
Yeah.
The bots just keep coming.
We are not even gonna
Nothing
name
to do
the
about
bot
it.
because it's not worth it. So yeah, report such
Yeah,
stuff.
this
Moderator,
Miggy
please
Dota
do your
bot,
job.
man, like, come on. No, that's our moderator. Please don't report him. We need him to moderate our chats. But
Yeah, we need him to actually moderate.
so thank you for joining. I hope you liked what we had to say.
Hope you
We
liked
will
it,
be talking
yes.
about more anime next week in another live. We are trying to do lives for a few weeks to see if that's improves our improves the number of people
Quality.
we can reach in general, so that we can talk to more people. Also, if you guys are listening, I would really appreciate it if you guys could comment and discuss stuff, because that's the main reason we want to do live, so that we can hold more discussions, have a dialogue instead of
Yes,
keeping
yes.
this like a one-way
Exactly.
monologue that we are doing to you guys. So please interact with us as much as you want. Ask us whatever you want.
Interact
if you want
with
us to,
Oh, join our Discord.
Yeah,
yes, you
join
can
our
join our
Discord.
Discord. We'll put it up.
We never ever
in
make it a
our
point.
descriptions.
Put it out. Yeah.
Hey, I said join our Discord at the start of the stream.
Hey, before these past streams, you never ever say join
Yeah,
our Discord.
I
You
know.
always forget.
Hey,
to say
he
that.
says check the description.
Description,
It's
yeah.
always there in the description.
Yeah, so we have all our
Good to
links
say
there.
that,
You
though.
can check the description. But yeah, if you want us to read something, if you want us to read your favorite manga or watch your favorite anime, you can let us know in the comments as well. Either comment while
let
we're
us
streaming
know, yeah.
or comment after we've done. You can even send us messages, find us on Twitter, Instagram, whatever you want, really.
We've done it before. We
Yeah.
did.
We
And
have
follow Lastic. We're making a lot of cool stuff over there every week, almost every day, like Bruce says.
yes, new content almost
So-
every day.
Exactly. And we have a lot of more we have new content coming out, and we have this person here. I don't know who he is. Chanda Gauranga. Who's that? I'm not
I
sure.
wonder who
he
that
says
is.
he's a big fan. He says
Yes.
he's a big fan. I'm
Thank
not
you.
sure.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Like I've
Chanda.
seen in
Was Chanda Gauranga listening to our conversation about poker? I hope he wasn't.
I
hope he
I don't know
wasn't.
if he was, but I think he just, I'm not sure if he just joined or if he was
Okay,
on,
but
yeah.
for anyone else listening, Chanda Gauranga is the poker master we were talking about before, who has
Yes.
humiliated me in poker multiple times. That is my brother,
The boy with the
and
golden
he
hand.
he has destroyed me in poker. He in fact
Yeah.
plays poker on using an app, and he wrecks noobs by saving up money and then betting more than their whole accounts worth. In
Yeah,
one go.
exactly.
Yes, pretty much.
Oh, even Nivedita is here in the chat.
Hey, welcome.
And
we also have an episode
Gora
with
is saying
Nivedita.
Yeah.
We talk about
And
her
Gora,
experiences
check it
in
out.
Japan. Yes.
Like daily spin rewards.
Good. But Gora is saying I still collect daily spin rewards.
Makes sense. Yes, he does. He does do that, and
Yes,
he
yes.
then uses his entire spin rewards to destroy new players. Isn't he a
Yes.
great person? My brother, everybody. God damn
nice.
it!
Fun times. But yeah, we are.
Yes. And thank you for
Right.
joining at the end of
Done
the stream.
for
By the
today.
way, I know you both got notifications.
Thank you for joining. Yeah.
That's 2 additional viewers. Works.
But yeah, so for the rest of you, any anime, any manga, you can tell us. Last Take, Instagram, Twitter, contact us any way you want. Solo Leveling, check it out. Amazing. If anyone, if you know what, if you guys say you read Solo Leveling and you send us a message, I will give you my personal number so that you can message me however you want just to talk about Solo Leveling. I'm that excited about it.
Sure, go ahead.
Interesting ideas.
No, it's his decision. Let him do it. I don't mind.
And yeah, that's
Bruce,
it.
send
We
Audie's
shall be
number
back.
instead.
Of course I'm going to. What do you think the whole point was,
Yeah.
dude?
Yeah.
And
No, I said that so that Audie realized what you were doing.
hey, why would you let him know? Why would you let him
But
in
yeah.
on my plan? Okay, Audie would have gotten like
Hey,
4 different
because
people
it's more
spamming him.
fun.
I see.
Hey, he's still gonna get it. So yeah.
Yeah, we'll just put it out, tweet
But
it
that's
out
it, that's
publicly
it.
put it on blast. Yeah, so we will be
Gora wants
back
to do
next
a
week
poker
with
challenge next stream.
Japanese.
I'm out.
Shogi, let's play mahjong.
Bro, I am out.
Okay, let's play shogi.
Italy.
Italy or England? We are Weebs. Japan, of course. But anyway,
What? Who asked what?
he's saying
Gora
Italy or
asked Italy or
England.
England.
Oh,
Italy,
God.
Italy.
it took me a
Bunker,
second because
Bogya.
I didn't even realize we were talking about the food.
Yeah.
Yeah, finally we will also be doing a couple of gaming streams a la Audi or me. We'll be doing Genshin Impact because Sid is definitely not
Or
going to play it.
me. Hey,
You wanna
I'll
play
play
Genshin Impact?
Pokemon.
Yeah, Pokemon
No.
will do.
Hey,
Genshin Impact
I
is not
started
gonna do.
Pokemon. I started Genshin Impact. I saw the screen. I saw the million things you could do. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get addicted to this. Uninstall. And since then, I've never gone back to it.
Yeah, we'll be streaming on both
But yeah.
YouTube and Twitch, so you guys can check that out. If you get a notification saying we're playing some
Check it
game,
out.
check it out. Audi is real entertaining. He actually says, "Oh, that's cool," multiple times. But yeah, that's it for this episode.
Yeah, he
we'll be
says,
back
"Oh, that's cool."
soon,
Ooh.
and we hope you will be joining us next time. That's it. See you later. Goodbye.
That's
See
it.
you.
Goodbye.
Sayonara.